I love hockey. I don't play. I'm just a big fan of the Ducks.
Okay.
I'm a big Ducks fan because I picked everything that was like the closest to us from the IE. That's all my teams.
What about baseball? What's your favorite baseball team?
Angels, sadly.
Yes.
I'm saying sad. I'm saying sad.
We've been sad since the 90s.
Okay.
We've been sad since the 90s.
You've been sad since Tim Salmon.
2002.
Tim Salmon, dude.
My dad's been trying to get me back on the Dodgers bandwagon, but I keep I go to the games because they're free, and he gets really good tickets. But,
Yeah.
But I come home and I just still put on my Angel hat.
When you shower, you're just like...
Yeah, dude, it's so sad, dude. Honestly, I feel like, man, even the Ducks, bro. I'm like hurting right now because they just got rid of some important people on the team, and they just keep. I don't even know what's happening, dude. It's like faith. You just got faith, you know. Limp Bizkit. All right.
Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals. They're about to make that very clear.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast, the podcast where we like to normalize checking in on your homies. This is episode 155. I'm Mike. That is also Mike. And if you like what we do, please follow, like, and subscribe. But today we have a really, really awesome guest. Our boy John Martinez, from Static Lullaby, Lorraine Drive, other IE projects, I'm sure, which we'll get into. But dude, John, thank you for being here.
Dude, I'm stoked.
Officially here.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this. I was telling you guys earlier, man. I've been thinking about it all day long. I'm like, ooh, these types of things are just hanging out, having conversations, just being normal people. Just chill.
Dude, and the most random connections that brought us here.
Yes.
We'll go through it real
Shout
quick.
out to Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly cares.
Yeah.
Woo! Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday.
So I listed a guitar for sale, right? As I've been kind of going through figuring out guitars I'm playing.
Dope guitar.
That guitar, I love that guitar. It was sick. Yeah. And then so I put it up for sale. He hit me up and was like, "Hey man, you think you can come down to this price? My wife's got a say in it."
Yeah, it's true.
And so at first I shut you down at first. I was like, "Nah, man, I can't go that low."
Yeah, no, too good.
And then they randomly clicked on your page on Facebook, Marketplace, and then it was mutual friends. One mutual friend was Kelly, and I was like, "Oh shit! If you know Kelly, I'll drop it down to this." Kind of more negotiation, because I was like, Kelly's sold me some guitars and some gear in the past that have just been rad, and he's giving me homie hookups on, and so
He also knows things about you that he could just
Kelly knows a lot about me. And then so we just started talking and then guitar aside, we just started shooting the shit about music and about everything, and found out all these random connections that everybody had together, and that
it was cool.
led us here.
It was. We were sitting in front of his house, and I'm just thinking to myself, I feel like this wasn't even about a guitar at this point. This guitar is just a byproduct of us becoming friends.
This is just homie shit now.
At some point, we're all going to get together and we're going to connect, and it's going to be cool.
Dude,
this friendships will be formed from this.
I think you even said we should go get some Miguel's, and I was like,
Miguel's Jr.,
I'm fucking in, dude. Yes.
Bro, yes. Miguel's is one of my favorite places to eat at all times.
Dude.
Of all time, I'm sorry. There was a guy that I took to lunch the other day to Miguel's, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just felt like this is the McDonald's of Mexican." I'm like, "Get the heck out of here, dude.
How dare you?
I'm about to. We're not friends anymore. Done. You're fired," because he actually works with me at the church. So I was gonna, but he's didn't like it. And
so did you take him to Miguel's proper, the actual?
No. I made him eat Miguel's Jr.
Yeah.
Dude. I made him.
And what did he say?
What did he say?
And he was like, "Oh, it's pretty good."
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, "Yeah. You don't have to love it like I love it. I'm not gonna force you, but it's good." What is wrong with that?
Dude, I took my now wife there, and in taking her there, it shouldn't be a big deal. But I was like, "Hey, there's a spot we should go to." It's like I took her and I was like, "I didn't like it, it's whatever." But the whole time I'm just like, "What do you think?"
Yeah, this is going to determine our relationship.
You're like,
"What do you think? What do you think of it?" She's like, "This is really good."
You're like, "Okay, all right."
Dude, Miguel's has been such a staple forever. Even back when we would leave for tour.
Yeah.
We would leave from Norco, and then there was a Miguel's right there.
Yeah.
And we would go and stop. Everybody would get two burritos.
That's the one we go to in Norco. That's the one.
So we'd go
Yeah.
2 burritos, one for now, one to throw in the cooler, because it would just get slightly chilled and it would be that nice cold texture.
Bro.
Dude, oh, so good.
All right. I'm gonna one up you right now, dude. I'm serious. I have a crazy Miguel story, and I will make this brief. Although I don't do brief, I will make it brief. I was living in St. Louis for a little bit, trying to like figure something out musically, and it wasn't eventually gonna work. But while I was there, my ex at the time, like my on and off again high school relationship, she was coming to visit me, and all I wanted was Miguel's Jr. So bad. Like that was the one thing that I missed so bad.
Yeah.
So bad that I asked her to get it and pack it and bring it, and she did.
Amazing.
And I heated that bad boy up. Like it's probably was sitting in her suitcase for like bean rice and cheese burrito.
BRC will go all the way.
BRC,
Yeah.
You can you can make it last a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, but I had her fly it all the way out, and then she got there and she had 3 of them, and I was like, "Oh, bro, like I'm gonna have this for 3 days straight. This is heaven."
One day.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But people still say like that's pretty gross, and I'm like, no, it's Miguel.
No,
You
yeah.
understand?
Sorry. This would withstand a nuclear bomb. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, even last time, Torture Culture played in San Diego. Dude, this was like middle of a heat wave. We all took the van for the first time ever as a band. Like all of us in one vehicle. So we're like, all right, cool. And I was like, you know what? Steve and I have been doing this for 20 years at this point. I'm going to go get BRCs as like a, just to celebrate. So I bought 10 bean, rice, and cheese burritos, like the heaviest 2 bags of burritos, threw them in the van.
Solid.
And on the drive there, so the AC in the van, we call it the Feels on Wheels. It only works when you're driving, not when you're idling, because the condenser fan needs to be replaced. Well, it's 114 degrees outside, and we're stuck in traffic on the way to San Diego.
Oh, every time
and
you're
we're
stopping.
just melting.
Yep.
But it kept the burritos so warm that when we got to San Diego and we had to smash the burrito, they were like perfect.
Dude, actually, that's pretty good. See, that's the silver lining in life that people need to think about. Like, we're sweating bullets here, but our burritos are warm.
Yeah, they're
dude.
fine, dude.
Like,
They
the
were
burritos
so
are
good.
The cheese is staying melted.
Yeah.
Like, the rice isn't getting hard because it's getting cool. Like, it's that silver linings. The things in life that you can turn a lemon into lemonade, whatever the heck it's called.
Played our set, came outside, fresh burritos for everybody. It was beautiful.
They're still hot.
And then the drive home, no traffic, everybody was freezing because the AC was blowing so hard.
Dude, that is so funny, man. That is
Miguel,
good.
shout out Miguel's. Please
Yeah.
sponsor us.
Yeah. Oh, Miguel. Dude, imagine.
Dude, that would be the
Imagine.
greatest. Just give me
Bro.
like, a lifetime BRC subscription and I'm
That's
good.
it.
Or even
That's all
just
I
half
need.
off.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what? I enjoy supporting them too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so even if they don't, I'll just, just chalk it up and support them. But Miguel's Jr.,
Hell yeah.
dude, that's a deep cut. I'm serious. It is, because I think about so many of my experiences, younger, playing music, like even before doing some of the bigger things that I was doing. Like Miguel's Jr. was always, it would be like this because I don't really drink anymore, but back in the day I'd drink a lot because of ADHD, and I wouldn't know how to control that stuff. We can touch base on that later. But it was like the hangover. We would get up in the morning and be like, oh, we just gotta go get Miguel's Jr. now. It's like, or in the middle of the day, let's go get Miguel's Jr. It was like literally the answer to everything.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Dude, it was affordable.
It was,
filling.
and that's why. That's a big part of it. It
Yeah.
was affordable, and it's delicious, but it was affordable.
And they stayed open during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So
Miguel's replaced the La Sierra special for me.
yeah,
From Los
I think-
Amigos?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, different, but yeah.
So over in La Sierra, we had the like right down the street from school, we had the La Sierra special, which was like $3.
A place called Los Amigos.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like it was a bean and cheese. Was it bean and cheese or bean rice and cheese?
Bean rice and cheese burrito, like
Fries.
good size fries, like a medium drink.
A medium drink for like $3.
No, dude, it was $2. At first, it was $2.14.
Yeah.
and then they raised the price to $2.16.
That sounds like we're having a conversation like with our parents.
I know.
This was a
Jesse's like, I've never seen prices that low.
Yeah, that's how I survived.
nickel.
What do you mean you're not paying $10 for a burrito?
I know. Now I go to Chipotle and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah.
Like $20
Yep.
for a drink
Yep.
and a burrito. It's insane.
It's a lot.
My Taco Bell order is disrespectful, dude. How much I spend on it. I might as well like go eat at an actual restaurant.
Do you get nacho fries?
No.
Dude, have
The
you tried
nacho fries
those?
are fire.
I did. They were good.
They are good. They're really good. They have
Very
like sugar on them.
It's almost like a Cajun. It feels.
It
like.
is, but they're sweet too.
Yeah.
That's why. That's how they. That's
So
how they get
so now we've made it here. We've got to ask: are you Taco Bell or Del Taco?
Oh my god. Oh, this is something that I always was like, I will never betray Taco Bell. I only like a couple things from Del Taco, but I will say if I had to choose one, Taco Bell, because it's just like ADHD. Once again, it wins. They're always trying new things.
Yeah.
They're doing different stuff. They got a new sauce. You got to try the new sauce. They got this thing. They got that thing. But they always have like their like
The
trustees,
staples.
the staples. And
Yeah.
my favorite thing is cheesy gordita crunch. Dude.
Yep.
Cheesy gordita crunch with no lettuce or tomato.
Yep.
I keep it simple.
To the
dude.
face.
I
Just
do cheesy gordita crunch, and I substitute the meat for the beans. So I get more beans. And
Oh, okay.
And then I always get an extra side of the spicy ranch sauce.
That's
'Cause
good.
I always dip because I'm a sauce guy, but I also
am
I like to use the spicy ranch sauce for my Mexican pizza.
Oh, dude, sauces, dude. I'm telling you, man.
I'm not a sauce guy.
It's so
You
funny.
know?
The guys in
I'm
Static-
not a sauce guy.
The guys in Static were telling me a story the other day, and they were saying, I think it was Dan Arnold. He's the singer and he plays guitar, and he was saying, he's like, dude, one of the things that I remember that like was so wild about you from back in the day is like you were just such a sauce guy. Like you would get a couple things and you would ask for all of the sauces because you didn't know what mood you were gonna be in when you were gonna eat it. And, like,
That's fair. That's
and they were,
fair.
like
I get that.
legit, like by the time I got my food, I'm like, let's see. Yeah, okay. You know, actually, I'm gonna roll with this one right now. Because
Yeah.
this one, like, he was just like, you're such a sauce guy. And I was like, you know what, man? I totally am. I've calmed down, but because I've kind of narrowed down what I really like.
Yeah, that's how
You
I feel.
know, you grow up, you get a little wiser,
Yeah.
you understand yourself a little more. But he's so right, bro. I'm so like specific about my hot sauces, El Yucateco, the green, dude. Like I love, like I have like, yeah, this is crazy. That's cool. That's cool.
Like I said, you got to experience it, now you can hone in.
Yeah, but I do like a couple things from Del Taco now. I feel like sometimes it's just too simple.
Yeah.
Like I need it to be a little more extra, you know?
Del Taco is one of those things where if I have the choice between the two, I'm gonna choose Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yes.
Every time.
But if Del Taco's around, I'll eat it.
Or
It's
someone's
not
like, I'm going to Del Taco.
Right.
Would you like something?
Right.
And I'll say, I guess I'll have a bold burrito or something.
Yeah.
Dude. Like,
I do the double bacon Del.
dude,
you?
that is actually good.
Very good.
They do a
Their
good
burger's
burger.
pretty good.
Which
Burger's
is
really good.
shocking.
Yeah.
Because it's Del Taco, and they have a good burger.
Oddly good burger, but yeah.
That was like my way to like kind of like stick it to like my Del Taco friends to be like, my favorite thing from Del Taco is the burger.
Yeah, the burger.
You know what I do want to stick to my Del Taco friends also, these Deldos out here. Listen,
Dude, honestly, amazing, dude.
he coined that for our buddy Justin, codename Rocky.
I'm proud of that derogatory term.
Bro, I like that one. That's a good
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
But they have taken a page out of Taco Bell's book, and now they have Del boxes. So they have like, you can get a box meal, and I was like, it's trash, man. It's just,
Yeah.
It's a little too late.
It's not gonna be the same. Yeah, it's just like you've been left behind, dude.
yeah, it's
Like-
too late, guys.
Yeah, people.
It's a nice try.
Nice try, dude.
But my dad brought me a Del box, and it had like a double Del and like a taco and something else in it, and I was like, I mean, I'm not mad at this, but I'm a little
Yeah,
upset
I'm
with the
gonna
box
eat it.
marketing. Yeah.
I just feel like the sauces are under par. You know, I think that's
Yeah.
a big part of it too. Go back.
As
to
not
sauce.
even a sauce guy, they don't have enough original sauces.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
I'm like torn between their two hot sauces, the hottest hot sauces, to like, this is what's gonna like spice things up and bring some like difference to the food. That's like, it's pretty weak, dude. Like, give me some options.
Yeah.
Because like it depends on my moment. the mood that I'm in.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, this guy right here is like, so like, let's say we go to Raising Cane's, right? I'll get, it comes with a sauce. I'll get one extra.
Yeah.
And then he'll do the same order as me, but with 4 extra sauces.
Yeah.
And then he's looking at me like, are you going to finish that sauce that you have right there?
Because he doesn't.
Because I don't. Like, I just, I might get a little bit into the second one, but,
Dude,
not
so
fully.
I like pace myself on how he's eating. I'm like, oh, he's going through it pretty quick. I should probably hold back.
Yeah, dude.
And then once I see like he's done, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
It's so funny, man, because I work with a lot of guys that are like actually in really great shape, right? I'm like the chubby pastor. I'm like the edgy one.
Yeah.
I'm the chubby one. And I'll see them all eating, and they're eating like they try to eat really healthy, and no shame on that. But at the same time, I'm like, and then I'm get the guy that we get like Chipotle or Chick-fil-A catered or something one day, and the Lord's Chicken, right, as we call it, whatever. And they're like, dude, like, you need that many sauces? Like, I'm like, this sauce is incredible. Yes.
Yeah.
What's your Chick-fil-A?
It's that flat too.
Yeah.
Dude.
What's your Chick-fil-A sauce?
Oh, the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Just a straight up Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, that's it. It's all I need,
I
dude.
just learned about that.
Honestly, their sauce with like their fries,
Yeah.
like I could literally just eat the fries in the sauce, dude.
Yeah.
It's so fat of me to say, but it's so true, dude.
They do
Like,
sell it at the store.
And we have it in my house in the fridge. you can get the squeeze thing, and it's so good. My kids love it because, dude, one of the easiest meals you can make for your kids, chicken nuggets, dude.
Straight up.
And they will go crazy on chicken nuggets with that Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll go crazy on them with any kind of sauce, but that one they're just like Chick-fil-A sauce. So yeah, it's a problem, but it's also. Again, it's one of those sweet things in life, dude. It makes things, it's just fun and good. Yeah.
We have the options.
I
Why not?
go Polynesian.
Why not?
I like the Polynesian sauce.
Oh,
Polynesian
yeah.
sauce.
Because they have actually a decent amount.
Yeah,
of
they have a
sauces
good
now.
amount of like.
I think that one is just like the one that I feel like has been like the best.
Yeah, the Chick-fil-A is like the staple. It's always been there.
Yeah.
Tried and true.
I learned about Chick-fil-A sauce I guess in the last year. My wife introduced it to me. We were like doing like fries and like chicken strips kind of thing.
Yep.
And she's like,
She's like, this right here is the Lord's sauce. You can try this.
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, because
Manna.
this is probably gonna sound crazy for people who know me, but we didn't have ranch, so I was like, how am I gonna eat this?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
She's like, no, I have like Chick-fil-A sauce, and I was like,
That's
I
odd.
don't know. I was like, I've never. She's like, you haven't had this? Like, no. She's like, I think you'll like it. I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty picky with my sauces.
Yeah.
And I tried it. I was just like, oh shit.
What's your brand of ranch? What do you pick off the? Because
Dude, do you
Hidden
like-
Valley sucks.
Like, do you like that like runny ranch from Farmer Boys, or do you like thick dog stuff?
I like the thick dog stuff.
Yeah.
Like the more homemade, the better.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, my sister-in-law makes
That's what's
homemade
runny.
ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so good.
homemade ranch is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, homemade ranch is good. I think that runny stuff at Farm Boys, I'm like, what is in this?
It's
Are they?
weird.
They're adding water to water it down.
Yeah.
Like, are they trying to make it last
longer.
I feel like it's really, really wet. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't. You get like fried zucchini, dip it in there, and you're just like, why is it all running off?
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't make.
I
any
want
sense.
it to be more like a sour cream texture rather than
Yes.
like a drizzled sauce on top.
So
thing.
my favorite fast food ranches are Jack in the Box. I really like Jack in the Box ranch.
Yeah, did the tacos
It's
in
not
there.
bad. And then I guess this is pretty unique to the IE, but Johnny Burger.
Johnny
Okay,
Burger's good. I think they make their own ranch.
That makes sense.
why.
It's
Yeah.
good.
I don't know if I've had that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kelly has failed you as a friend.
dude, Kelly.
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 I love Kelly. And you know what, on the podcast that you had with Kelly, man, that took me back, bro. I liked before we move on to the other stuff, I want to tell you, dude, when you guys were talking about Love Juice Labs, it like was taking me back so far into my childhood, and I was just like, dude, it's like when you hear about the Showcase Theater, right? Oh my gosh, rip, dude. The Showcase Theater is like such an amazing place. It's what I think about when I like Love Juice Labs. I'm like, as a kid, you were like, I just want to record at Love Juice. Can we get some? I need some money so I can go and record at Love Juice. This is where all the bands are recording the best. You know,
where are we gonna get $300?
Yes.
to record 3 songs.
dude. And like, you hear your buddies, like you hear someone's like EP or something in demo or whatever, and then you go to record yours and you're like, how come mine didn't sound as good as that one? It's like, I feel like it's because, well, we know certain people recorded certain things.
Yeah.
Some people were good at it, some people weren't.
Yep.
And so you wouldn't get the same sounds, the same drum sounds, the same like punch. And so it was always like, dang, how come this one doesn't sound as good as that one? And I'm like, dude, how, you hear other people's stuff sounding good. And I remember as a kid, and let's be honest. If you aren't good at what you do, if you're not a good guitar player or a good singer or a good drummer, back then you could hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much you could do.
Yeah.
There's only so much you could do.
There's a reason I bought an Evertune.
Yeah, dude.
There's a reason I'm switching to Evertune.
I still don't have an Evertune, but that is next on my list.
Dude, I just picked up an EC1000 with an Evertune.
Uh-huh.
Because I told you my goal was to like build a custom, and then I was like, we literally after I sold you the guitar, we played a show with Easy Out, and like Ryan, love you to death, total like tone Nazi and like don't bend your notes, I can hear it.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna get an Evertune, because I was like standing so still at the last show we played just so I wouldn't like headbang and like bend notes or whatever.
It's true, dude. Like I didn't realize how bad of a guitar player I was until like I actually started paying attention to those things.
Yeah.
I'm accidentally bending my notes.
Yep.
And I'm like, why does my guitar feel like it's out of tune? I'm literally not realizing that I'm bending my notes. when I'm playing.
Or even just pushing, like I have a Gorilla Grip, so like pushing too hard on your frets, it puts it out of tune.
Yeah, same thing. Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, well, I found like a hell of a deal on a EC1000, so I was like, let me just buy this. So I bought it, and then immediately after I figured it out, like how to set it up, how to change strings and all that stuff, and what the zones were, I started jamming it, and I was like, sick. I haven't tuned that guitar for 3 weeks.
Dude, so
and
crazy.
it's still in tune.
That's crazy.
And then I went jammed with Ryan, and then he was like, dude, man, like our octaves are on point, like everything just sounds like dialed, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm in.
It's funny, man. I think that's the season of life I'm in. Like I'm learning like how to actually play guitar.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
I've done this for so long, but now.
Dude, seriously, dude. And I'm just, again, humility, bro. Like I'm realizing that I didn't know what I was doing this whole time. Not like legitimately, there's so many things that because I taught myself to play. I literally had like 2 lessons, and once the guy showed me what the notes were and how to just tune my guitar with like a tuner, that's when I went off on my own.
Got it.
And everything you learn really bad technique. And it's funny because now people say, "Why don't you teach me how to play guitar? You teach us," and I'm like, because you don't want my habits.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning now that I have really, really bad habits when it comes to playing guitar, and so while it makes sense for me and I know it, I would mess you up.
Yeah.
Like, but they're like, "Well, but you do this, and you could write songs and blah, blah." And I'm like, I know, but I'm saying like in general how I play.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I'm literally trying to reteach myself. It's like when I skateboard. Not as much because I'm a little heavier, dude. It's a little harder to play skateboard when you're heavier. Dude, you fall harder. But but when I skate, I had to teach myself how to like actually skate normal because I was doing Mongo for like a long time, and my board was like popping up every time I'm trying to skate.
Oh,
when you hit a little
too
rock,
far back on
too
the,
far
yeah.
back, and I'm like, dude, why is this so hard? So I'm like riding and I'm trying to get ready for like something, and then I'm like, and the board goes, and I'm like, dude, why is this so hard for me? It's just because I teach myself so many things.
Yep.
And then I have to go back and teach myself again, and it's harder.
It's to break the habits you've already built.
So I'm learning things now on guitar that I feel like if I were to have just spent time learning back in the day with all that extra time on tour, I would have learned a lot. But
YouTube, man.
Well, again,
Yeah,
YouTube
we
now,
didn't have it then.
Now I have,
Yeah.
dude. I learned how to like literally. Now I'm like, I know how to like record my own demos. They're not great. They're like, I show you some stuff. Like they're not great, but they're good for me to have as reference point for when I do record something nice in the future. Yep. So like, great for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I again, it's one of those things where you can learn anything, and I mean, ChatGPT, bro. Like, have you ever used it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I gotta get back on it. Though.
I literally was like, okay, this is all of my equipment. This is what I have, ChatGPT. This.
Mm-hmm.
I have Logic Pro. Or Logic Pro X. I have this. I have this software. I'm using this interface. This. I told it all of my stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, now I need you to tell me what I need to do this first.
Right.
And I'm like, I have this kit on Mixwave that I need to run through Contact to put it into Logic. What do I do? How do I do it? And it will literally tell me. It will like break it down for you. And it's insane. And then you're just learning. And once you know how to do it, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like it can do it. It'll help. When I first got my Helix LT, I was asking it to help me make presets and patches to get me to sound some like this kind of tone.
Yeah.
And it got me what I wanted, and then I just fine-tuned it, made it better. And like it will literally tell you all the parameters, and if it gets something wrong, you go, no, listen, ChatGPT, this setting has this. These are the settings, the bias, the sag, the blah blah blah. These are all the things. Now tell me what I need to adjust these parameters to.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, this, and it tells you, and I'm like, this is seriously insane, dude. I literally have my own in-ear monitor rig that I built, that I have, and all of this stuff, and it's insane, dude, because I've learned so much in like the past, I don't know, 2 years, not just from ChatGPT, but I'm saying that's elevated and accelerated my understanding of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
For these things that it would have taken me so long to learn.
Yeah.
And have to like sit with somebody
Yeah.
forever to learn these things. And so it's like, and Kelly, I'll actually give him some credit here too, because when I started working at the church, Kelly, he helped me understand like production sides of things. And like, so I understand what gain staging is. I understand what all those things are.
Yeah.
So when I'm like going and like building this IEM rig, I'm like totally like, it makes sense to me.
Right.
But then again, like there's things I didn't understand. So I'm like, ChatGPT, what is this actually doing? Why do I need to do that? Blah, blah, blah. And it explains it for you now. It's like, you got YouTube, you got that. Like, don't give me any excuses why you don't know how to do something, dude. Or at least try to understand it, you know? So
You're like, how do I create a static lullaby guitar tone?
dude, I know, really. I wonder what it would say. I'm gonna actually ask it that later and try it, and I'll get back to you, dude. Yeah.
I just feel like we're about to lose Mike.
I know, right?
Dude, I'm telling you, bro.
I know guitar things.
No,
Yeah.
I meant Alsaybar quit
Oh,
ChatGPT.
no. I'm torn on ChatGPT, man, because like
I totally get it.
yeah, I think it's useful, but it's scary how much it like fucks the environment.
Well, I'm about
Yes.
to use
We're-
it for our upcoming.
Well, I think that's a whole topic on its own, because
Yeah.
I love using it as a tool to learn things. I think the people that'll start using it to have it like do everything for them,
Like
that's where
creatively.
you're gonna lose yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Or
if
is
you
that percent creatively for you? Like,
yes, if you start like using it to write your lyrics, that's whack, dude. Like for the most part, like you can. I mean, we've all used tools online, thesauruses. Like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Blah blah. I'm not gonna say you can't use it for that kind of stuff, but if like we're using it for things that we're naturally gifted at,
Yeah.
to try and cut corners, then that's kind of like that's where you're losing yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, how do we not lose ourselves in the mix? You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's something about like having a personal touch on everything we do. You'll lose your voice. You'll lose your ability to learn something without having something tell you what to do. It's just there's some things that like this can be. It can be really dangerous for a lot of people, and it will absolutely take jobs away from people. And I think one of the things that we have to really consider is like, what can we do to prepare ourselves to work within that, like this kind of newer season, like how does what I do, like what, okay, so like I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were asking, they were like, do you think that ChatGPT or AI in general is going to like take away your ability to be a pastor? And I said, that's actually one of the things that I feel like it's not going to take away.
Yeah. Because
you can, if someone's looking for therapy, if they're looking for someone to help give them something, like something to do, whatever, you can go to ChatGPT. How should I respond to this answer, or this thing that this person's,
right.
You know, I've seen it. ChatGPT will give you like a level-headed response and a way to approach something like pretty wise, but at the same time, you don't go to a computer to help you like understand life, you know, and how to operate. You go to a person, because relationships and actual relational equity help you actually understand how to work with people and how to like function with people. Because if all of the stuff you're getting is from like computers and everything like that, then you're gonna have so much anxiety when it comes to processing things with people. As someone who already has anxiety, I feel like if you use something as a tool to help you a little bit, cool. If you use it to help you as a crutch for everything, dude, you are not gonna be able to function. Like, say if the world like goes under, like Y2K, you know how that whole thing went down, right?
Yeah.
If like actually at the stroke of midnight, you know, like I was telling somebody in a message that I was doing, I was like, which midnight, right? Like, is it this one or that one? But when midnight hits, what's gonna happen? If that kind of thing happened, well, then what would we do? People would be like, whoa, how do I like microwave my Miguel's Junior burrito? How many minutes do I do it for? Like, I don't know. ChatGPT, tell me, why aren't you working? Like, the whole Skynet went down. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's. So I think that like that's a whole other topic. I think anything we do, if we do it responsibly, yeah, for sure, it'll be fine. But our track record as a world, as a people,
we're not shooting the best here.
As a people, we're arguing a lot. We're trying to, like, everyone wants to be right. Like, people are using tools to try and be right. They're using it for college, to get through college so they can get a job, but they don't actually learn anything. That's the new thing. And then, like, I think that, you know, it's like cheating on a test, right? Did you actually study? Do you actually know what you're actually answering, or you just have some show you for a second? There's a lot of different sides to that, but you can lose yourself in it. And that's the worst thing you possibly do.
So somebody was telling me, he's like, ChatGPT is like having a calculator in a math class.
You know,
The one they said we would never have with us at all times.
And now in school, and dude, in elementary school, my kids, they're there, and my daughter's like, she's in 4th going into 5th grade, and she's like, all the kids have their phones at school now. They're not allowed to take it out, but they'll have them, and when they can use them, they'll use them, and it's elementary school. I don't let her take hers, because I'm like, I don't want you messing around with the phone. I don't need you getting distracted. I need you to have some responsibility, like, understand, like, you can't just have your phone everywhere you go. She's like, but you have it, Dad. And I'm like, well, it's because I'm an adult that's constantly working. Like you don't need this life. You don't need this yet.
Trust me, you don't want this.
You don't want the responsibility. But it's one of those things where it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Dude, not even the phone. Yeah, just simply the phone. Not even AI, but the phone itself. It's become an extra limb.
Google search uses AI now, right?
Yep. Everything does. Everything is like plugged in and has some sort of like Instagram has all of its algorithms run off of AI now. Meta, right? Whatever. All that stuff. It's wild, dude. It's wild.
I'm like,
we can't. It's like you can't run from it, dude.
Dude, I will say though, like, you know, there are some funny things that have come from AI, like the videos. They're ridiculous.
Dude, there's some horrifying things.
Oh, it's horrifying things. One of the funniest
the shark
things.
ones are getting me.
The shark.
Dude, there's the ones where the faces are changed and like you see something and it's like, I'm like, why are they showing me this? Like, I'm not searching horrifying
My algorithm
life-altering images. I don't want to see this, dude. This is horrible.
Dude,
They have a great white in a swimming pool. I was like, dude, I used to believe it.
Yeah.
I believed it.
That it would come out of the hole at the bottom.
Yeah, just swimming in a pool. Like,
It's so funny,
man,
dude.
there's no way.
How we used to think as kids.
now it's all AI.
Jaws. Dude, Johnson. But we're like, we can see the pool. We can see there's nothing in it. Okay, and there's nowhere for a shark to come through into that pool.
Yeah, but there's gonna be an anaconda in there.
Why did we feel like there was a shark in the pool?
because we saw Jaws.
How?
And Jaws came out of nowhere.
We were so impressionable, and our minds are so frail as kids.
Dude. Oh.
And it's so messed up. Dude, that's why our parents were like, don't do this. Don't watch this thing. Because they're just trying to protect us from being scared of everything. But
we knew better. We knew better than them.
Dude, dude, I feel like, man, it's like, that's so cool that you felt that way too, because me too.
Yeah.
I can relate.
I wasn't afraid of sharks, but I did think there was an anaconda in the pool.
See, that happens.
It was.
That's more likely.
That's like Georgia shit. I feel like that's
alligators.
Yeah.
Snakes,
That's
and
more
shit,
likely to happen though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, gators in Florida. I don't think I could be comfortable swimming anywhere in Florida.
No.
Just because of gators.
Yeah, oh, for
that's
sure.
real. That's real.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's real, and
It's
they're waiting.
Yeah.
They're waiting, dude.
What was that show from Florida, Gator Boys? That show.
I've never seen that show. I've
Gator
heard
Boys.
about it though.
But
I've
it
heard
just
about
shows
it.
you everywhere that a gator can be or snakes. And it's
It's
just
terrifying. It's terrifying.
Hearing that hurricanes can like toss smaller gators
Right.
like, into yards and stuff.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like what?
And they're all like totally alive and chilling, no broken bones,
Right.
nothing.
Yeah.
They're just
They're
displaced.
dinosaurs,
Evil doesn't
dude.
die like that, right?
They survive.
Dude.
Evil doesn't get hurt like that.
Dude, my big fear was always just like snakes just falling out of like anytime there would be a
Snakes are a
storm
big
like
one.
that.
I just feel like snakes, you just can't tell what's happening behind their eyes, dude. Like
Nah,
you're just-
dude.
no.
there's something going on there, dude. Hey, that's why the snakes in the Bible, dude.
I'm not-
saying, dude. It's biblical.
I'm not scared of snakes, like
I just don't like them.
but yeah, just yeah.
Can't do it.
Dude,
I don't like anything where I feel like I can't read it. Like
Right.
Yeah.
Like if I can't like see some sort of humanity in its eyes, I'm like, like you know what I mean, like a dog. Okay,
Yeah.
you see a dog and you can see it. Like they actually like have faces where you can see if they're sad or if they're
Yeah.
excited, and it's like with a snake, dude, it's one way, only one way.
Yep.
Like get out of my way, I'm gonna bite you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And you just, I don't even care if they're non-venomous. I still like it. Just kind of creeps me out. So.
You mean this thing can choke me to death? No, I'm okay.
Yeah. No.
No, once I have the big snakes and you're like literally holding them, and I'm like, what if it just like decides to just crush you?
Have you seen that video where they have like the boas in a room with babies, and like mom and the like, you know, whoever's hosting this show are behind glass where the babies can't see them, and so they show the babies are like holding the snake and like they're like touching it and like the snakes are crawling over them, and like for babies there's no fear response there.
Yeah.
They only get it if they see you as dad or
Yes.
mom
Yeah.
scared, then they know that they should be scared.
Yes,
But it's not a fear if it's just it's like
because they are not aware.
yeah, they're
the
not like look
snake-
danger noodle, right? Like
Yes,
it's just a fucking it's just this
Daldo
thing.
and Danger Noodle. I am learning. I feel like I'm smarter now already,
Yes.
dude. No, it's true.
Take that, ChatGPT.
That is one of the coolest. I guarantee now it knows. Now it hears
now
us.
it
Our
knows.
phones are telling it right now. No, but I feel like kids, man, like they give you a sense of understanding, like that we make things bigger than they are.
Yeah.
And like that's why like you have to, when your kids get hurt, it's harder when you have your like first kid and you're like, ugh. But when your kids get hurt and they most of the time they will not freak out
Until you freak out.
and if they see you calm, like they're looking at you, and the second they see the like, oh, are you okay? They like, I'm not okay now because I see my dad just saw something and he's not okay. They can immediately feel it, and like it's the craziest psychological thing, dude. Like when your kids actually respond to because you're responding to it a certain way, and so because their body, their heads, obviously they're so resilient, dude, and they can handle a lot, dude. I'm telling you right now, my little one, he's 2, and he like throws his head back on the ground when he gets upset.
Terrifying.
And I'm like, this jerk, dude, stop doing that to us. You don't understand, bro. Like you're gonna have to. I'm not even. This is a current thing in our house. The other day he was throwing his head back. I literally caught the back of his head with my foot, and again was like, "Hey," and I'm like, because I'm almost expecting it now, because we have wood floor in the bottom of the house. Upstairs we have carpet, so upstairs it's more forgiving. But downstairs, I'm like, this kid, dude, doesn't he understand that does not feel good? Like, he's so smart, but not right there, not at all. But yeah,
dude,
crazy.
All right, well, going back to the good old days before ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So let's talk music a little bit. Let's talk. How did you get started in this, I guess, genre of music? Punk rock, like,
dude. Okay,
just
so
everything.
The best style of music, right? Like the I think for me. So I've always been into like extreme things of everything that I've enjoyed as a kid was always like the extra thing.
Yeah.
Whatever was extra, you know, and
Extreme
it was always,
Doritos.
It's
Extreme
got
Mountain Dew.
Dude, everything. Oh, one chip challenge. Got to do that. Got to do everything where I'm like putting my life on the line basically. But music was like the same thing. So I grew up I grew up in a Christian home. My mom and dad weren't together anymore, but my mom, she raised me and my siblings. And the only thing we were allowed to listen to was like, do you guys ever remember like those like Christian compilation albums? They were called like Wow, not now, but Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's whatever. And it was like all of the contemporary Christian music that was like the biggest contemporary stuff, not just worship songs, but like actual Christian artists.
Yeah. Skillet and like
dude, all of them going back, like it was even like Newsboys and all the other stuff.
Jars of Clay.
Yeah,
Jars of Clay. Jars of Clay was one of them.
Thousand Foot Crutch.
Yeah, DC Talk was like the edgy one.
Yeah.
Like DC Talk was like the edgiest.
Yeah.
Because they were like Jesus freak. That when that song came out, people were
was
like,
that band was it Three Stones?
Yeah,
Three Stones.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
But there was a bunch of those bands on there, and I just always felt like, dude, like I'm missing something. I'd hear people listening to things, I wouldn't know what it was. I remember I was at a Christmas gathering where we were staying in a cabin, and one of my cousins, he was listening to Smashing Pumpkins. There's other scenarios where it wasn't just like that band, but this one is a good story because it's Smashing Pumpkins, and he's listening to is it Bullet with Butterfly Wings or whatever. And it's like, despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in the cage. Yeah. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And me and my mom were tight, dude. I can mess with her. She actually lives with me. And so I was messing with her all the time. Tell her she like messed up my upbringing because of Wow CDs and stuff. But if anything, actually, the foundation was good for me as a kid. But I will say, you know, I heard that and I'm like, dude, I love that. Like, I love the sound. I love how moody it is. I loved how like
opening line
just
too.
edgy, like edgy,
just angsty too. Just so much.
No, like in Zero, dude. Like just dude. I'm telling you, man. Like that stuff. That like I realized I was like, there's something there that I was drawn to. It kind of like I wasn't sure like what that was that I was like looking for until I started listening to like some music that I was like forbidden to listen to.
Yeah.
Basically, sorry, soda water, but burps. Hold on, one more. All right, here we go. There we go. Excuse me. All right. So I started listening to like some music that I shouldn't have. Basically, my mom was like, she found it. It was funny. It's like most kids, they have like porn under the bed. I had like CDs that I should have listened to. Yeah. One was like the first Slipknot album.
Yes.
Okay. First Slipknot album, which, I mean,
yeah,
I love that album.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
classic.
I'm still gonna love, and I love it. Yeah. And I think it was like System of the Down. It was like there was a couple other ones too, but it wasn't like. See, so it's funny because I got into music in a weird way where it was like I got into some of it later. But then I immediately started doing my research.
Gotcha.
I went backwards because I wasn't raised in a home that like I was listening to this stuff, you know? And so once it was unlocked, I was like, oh, time to do my research. There's more of this, guaranteed. And so like went back and I started finding out all these things. And I started listening to different music, you know, and I loved the edgier, the moody stuff. I loved moody, like Feeler, like one of my favorite bands to this day is the Deftones. Yeah. Like always will be. Love the Deftones. Top 5 of all time for sure. And like they're so moody, dude, and so sad and depressing sounding. And it's just like, and I can't like explain it fully why I love it so much to certain people around me because people wouldn't understand. Like you're such a happy guy. Like I don't understand why do you like music so sad. I'm like because I love something that makes me feel. I love music that makes me feel something. Yeah. Even if it isn't like happy feelings, it feels good. Yeah. It feels good to me because I'm feeling. And I have a lot of that in me and it needs to come out. Yeah. If I don't let it come out, then it stores up and bursts out in whatever way it does. Yep. And music is the way it's drawn out of me. And so, but yeah, going back, listening to that stuff. And then, I had to figure out a way to listen to other music that wasn't just these like contemporary Christian artists that like I was only allowed to listen to. Again, my mom tried to do the best as she can. A single mom, raised her kids, was going to school. We were in a shelter for a little while after my dad left. And then she was going to school to be a nurse. And like there was so much that she did to try and protect us and help guide us, and we were going to church, Calvary Chapel, and I appreciated that upbringing. Like I appreciated the foundation she tried to set for me. But there was like music was this thing, skateboarding and music, and it was like this like very rebellious side of me that started to come out, but it wasn't like because I wanted to be a jerk or I hated everything. I hate the system, bro.
Didn't know where to put your emotions.
Like, like these things helped me feel something. Like I was expressing myself, skate culture and music. And so I ended up figuring out, okay, there's some punk bands that are Christian quote unquote bands that I can listen to and say, hey mom, these are Christian bands. Can I listen to this?
Christian enough.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was like MXPX and Slick Shoes and just like all of those like really cool like tooth and nail bands, huh?
Dogwood,
dude, bro. Building a Better Me, dude.
Yeah.
That song's sick. That song's sick.
Yeah, More Than Conquerors, that album too.
Yeah. No, and I still to this day love that stuff.
Yeah.
Because of what it did for me, especially. And because I mean, regardless of if Christian or not, like those it was good and I enjoyed it. And so all of that stuff, like
Off
all
the
that
record.
Yeah, there you go, dude. But for real, I love that I was able to find that channel, and then it became like, well, fun story. Mike Herrera did this tattoo on me on my wrist.
Oh yeah,
it says MXHX on it, because we were on Warped Tour together when I was in Static.
Mike's face.
We were, dude, hold on. What do I do here? Do that?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So Mike Herrera did this tattoo on me on Warped Tour. Like it was cool. Like they hopped on, and Oliver Peck, the tattoo artist, he's like huge. He was there just to tattoo bands. So he had this. It was like, I forget what it was called. This trailer, it was like the Gypsy Queen trailer. He would take it with, and he would just be on the tour. And then Mike was coming on. I was hanging out with Oliver one night, and he was like, Mike's coming on the tour. He's all, dude, we should have him do your tattoo. And because I was telling him how I was like, oh, one day eventually I want to get the MXPX tattoo just because it's part of my roots.
Yeah.
And he was just like, dude, Mike's coming. I'll ask him if he'll do it. And I was like, shut up. No, he won't. What are you talking about? And he's like, no, seriously. He's not a good tattoo artist, but I've had him do some random tattoos.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
dude.
real, dude. Like, and I'm like already playing in a bigger band now, and I'm like, but I'm such a normal guy. Like I've always been a normal dude, and so I still had that in me to where I was always like, man, I get to watch.
You were a fan.
I got to go
Yeah.
watch Pennywise from the side of the stage.
Yeah.
People were like, why do you watch them every day? It's because I grew up listening to punk, and I like so. Years gone by, like kept listening to more punk and different punk, and got into all sorts of different punk bands, and still to this day. I'm just like, I love that. Like, people are like, why do you listen to that? It's so simple and boring compared to what you listen to now. I'm like, there was something to it, dude.
Yeah.
Like Lagwagon and No Use for a Name and all of those bands, like, just, I don't know, there's something about it. And that's why, honestly, when you were showing me your Easy Out stuff, I know I was talking about Mike, but again, he tattooed my wrist. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome story. But like going back to like when I checked out Easy Out stuff, you showed me this. And I don't know if
this guy's singing.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know if you like genuinely, like, if you knew that as being serious, but it's really good,
Dude.
and I really like it.
Yeah, thank you,
I
man.
really like, because when I heard it, it took me back to that.
Yeah.
It made me feel like I was listening to the music that I grew up with, the music that actually was formative for me as a kid.
Yeah.
That like made me want to play music.
Yeah.
And learn, and like, can I play? I want to learn how to play guitar. Well, bass seems easier, so I'm gonna learn bass first. And I taught myself to play bass, and I'm like, I don't teach myself to play guitar now. And that that music started it for me. That right there was like everything. And so, Get Off My Lawn, fired. like, and as all the kids say, fire. Like that song. I showed it to the guys in Static, and I just played it because we were listening to like random punk bands, like Propaganda and stuff, and they were like, all right, John, you're in charge of the radio, so I'm listening to stuff, and I just like weaseled it in there, just to see what they would say. I knew it, and it came on. That song came on, and they were like, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "It's the band that I told you guys about."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it's pretty good."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I'm like, heck yeah, it's good. This is sick, dude. I'm telling you. And to me, to me, I think the fact that you would bring back a sound like that's not like people aren't necessarily doing that a lot anymore. It's bold because it's one of those things where it's almost like that it's not what everybody is listening to. So you're already in a place where you're like, okay, well, this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. So you are going to get joy from it no matter what happens, whether it blows up or it doesn't, you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That is key. And so I think that the boldness in that is good and so, like I said, like that's good. I show my wife too. She's like, oh, that's really good. And she's not even into punk, dude.
That's sick.
And so me and my wife, we didn't even meet each other till after all the music stuff. So that's when I knew she was the right one because like,
it didn't have anything to do with you being on stage.
I had enough of the other ones, dude. Like the other girls who just like you because you play music.
Yeah.
Well, they might like me somewhat for me. Like Jana, my wife Jana, she liked me for me. Like,
right.
Fully.
It's
liked
huge.
Me.
Yeah.
So that was like, all right, cool. That was different. But anyways, yeah,
Dude,
so
thank
good.
you. Thank
I
you.
love the Easy Out stuff.
Dude, with Easy Out, like when he showed me, because it was originally him, Ryan, and our buddy Aaron, who he played drums in Means,
Okay.
and he does what's
like Christian hardcore.
Yeah. I've heard about the band. Don't know their music, but yes.
They're
They're
really good.
They were
pretty
a good
good.
band,
Right? Were they a face down band or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Face down.
Yep.
Like kind of, they were, for me, like they always felt like almost like the Christian Evergreen Terrace kind of.
Dude, they were sick too, man.
Yeah.
Evergreen. I actually, we'll go back to this. I didn't even tell you guys about this, but I did have a short stint when I was playing the Falling Cycle. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, played
You were
bass
in
for
Falling
them for a
Cycle?
little bit in between. So
fuck?
for a little bit, but that was when I was like, that was actually my first taste of like, oh, popular local band.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
so
crazy.
yeah, I can tell you about that too. But anyways,
Yeah.
there's like all these avenues, dude.
love it.
I'm telling you, a thirsty kid just wanting to play
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
But anyway, so going back to the whole thing, then I somehow found like heavier music. So I started listening to like the just the Solid State or the heavier,
Right.
Christian hardcore bands.
All the Scream the Prayer tour bands.
Yeah,
Like that type of,
anything that was like heavy, like Zayo.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard of Zayo and I was like, dude, this is sick, bro. They're talking about God in the music. Now I get to show them. Listen, Mom.
Yeah.
Look at the lyrics. And she's like, this sounds straight up demonic, dude. And I'm like, I know it sounds evil, but it's not.
Did you see their recent where they played in
Was it like a
a live video, and it looks
Yeah.
like it's in a church almost?
Yeah, it's
but-
like a cathedral of
Yeah,
some sort.
yeah.
Dude, it is
It's
so
sick.
It
It's
is
so good.
sick, dude. And I'm like, it's so funny because it's not even like I'm gonna listen to all those songs and like memorize them
Yeah.
all or anything, but just the feeling
Yeah.
that you get from listening to it. It's one of those like very I don't know if it's cathartic, whatever the word would be, like, but that feeling of like, dang, like this reminds me of
Like
some
core
stuff.
memories start
Yes,
getting reactivated.
I feel like that's what Easy Out does too.
Dude,
I feel
hell
like it
yeah.
unlocks that, and I think it will do that for a lot of people.
Sick.
That have that, and then, but I'm sure you'll get like newer folks that are into it. Like folks, oh my gosh, I'm old.
Yeah, we had our
Newer
last
chaps. There's
our
some
last
newer
show,
chaps.
we had somebody come up to us and legit was like, "I never liked that suburban skate punk shit, but you guys were good."
Yeah, see,
Thanks, man.
you're gonna have that. You know what you should have
Thanks,
done?
man.
You should have just. I know you have Ryan everything, but you should just go to Love Juice for one.
Are they
That'd
still
be so
there?
sick.
Dude, I think so.
If Dave is still there, dude. I'll pay for it.
I think he is, dude. Go record like one song.
Just one.
Even though you know it's gonna sound like garbage compared to what you can do with right, Ryan, your guitar player, he records you. Okay.
Yeah.
So and those are great recordings, by the way.
Dude,
Fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
He knows what he's doing.
He's what's been like kind of cool, and like at times it can almost feel like frustrating because it's like we have obviously all these new technologies to make everything sound a certain way, but he like early on, and he had also we all agreed on it.
Yeah.
He's like when I say we're going for like 90s skate punk sound, I'm gonna make it sound like a 90s skate punk record.
Yeah.
In the
I
mix
can make
too.
Yeah.
He can make the bass sound bigger. He can make drums sound bigger. He can make all that thing. But
And
he's
I
like,
can hear it.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, I want this to sound like we all agreed on it. We're doing
Yeah.
90s skate punk. So
Well, I think that if he didn't do that, like set that table for you guys, you would be bordering like this, like too refined, like because
Like pop punk.
you guys are
Yeah.
already tight. Like so the sound is already tight because it has to be, right? If you're
Yeah.
playing like really fast
Yeah.
metal riffs, like over, like, you know what I mean? And I think that if you try to make it any more you try to make it any tighter or bring all of the newer elements into things, it's gonna lose what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I think that what he's saying is so important because those elements are already hard to replicate now.
Yeah.
Because of what we have and how we do things. It's harder. Our minds and our brains don't like if you go back and like play like GoldenEye, okay? Like on N64. If you go back and play it, it doesn't play the same. Okay? Like it still feels good, nostalgia, but if you're going and you're trying to play on the 64 like controller, it's really
It doesn't
weird.
feel like
It
current.
doesn't-
Yeah.
Yeah, it like even the control schemes, like it's like we got really good at playing with that controller, but now we're almost like so beyond it that it's like it feels really weird. Yet like it's almost like you have to learn how to play a different control, and it's the same thing. Like everything feels so different, and like to recreate it, it's almost like impossible to recreate everything with the same dynamics and the same feel. The technology is different, like, and you go back and it's like, oh well, your brain is like telling you like don't go back to that because it wasn't as good as what we have now.
Right.
But the only way to capture like an authentic sound that is within all of you already, that you guys know what to do. It's not like you're trying to do something you don't know how to do.
Right.
It's just you're actually practicing restraint and discipline in not doing the extra stuff that would make
All
it
the
not
modern-
authentic.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're like going against ChatGPT on
Yeah.
this one. Like you're going against the grain, and I think that that's going to make it authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that we know in the world now, that people are looking for tangible, real things again. That's why vinyl's a thing again. That's why people are buying cassette tapes even though they
Cassettes.
sound like garbage.
Yeah.
Like legit, like it doesn't even sound good.
Where are you playing these cassette tapes?
That's what I'm saying.
at?
You
Yeah.
can buy cassette players, but they sound horrible.
Yeah.
Like vinyl sounds great. You can you can make vinyl sound good, but cassettes don't sound good. Like so, and
It's
like
the collectors in us, though.
it's the tangible. Like I have it in my hand.
Yeah.
Like I see it. It looks. I have the art on it.
The nostalgia
the
of like having a
nostalgia.
rack of tapes that you sort through.
Exactly. Remember, like back in the day, you would have your DVD collection on the wall, and what would that do? It would say something about like your character and your personality and the kind of things you're into. And it's like all of that stuff. But like the sound that you're trying to capture, you're only going to capture it if you actually like do your best to like not step into everything else that you know you can do. I think that you don't have to do that with everything, but with this sound, it's important because if you don't try to do that, then it will sound just like a cleaned pop punk, band. And you're gonna do a disservice to the authenticity of what you're doing here.
Yeah.
And I think that the songs that you keep putting out, like I can't wait for you guys to put like an album worth of music together and like have it all collected, because that's gonna be something that like I'm gonna have playing. I promise you, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm telling you right now, I left and I was like, dude, what in the world? This is really good. Like, who is doing this now?
Yeah.
Nobody's doing this.
Yeah.
Why?
Dude,
Because no, go for it.
I was just gonna say, whenever Ryan sends us stuff, like I'm pumped on it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is like.
It's
exactly
funny
what
you
I
mentioned GoldenEye because we have a track about GoldenEye that we haven't dropped yet, but it's called All the Smoke because
Dude!
he swears he's undefeated.
Odd
at
Job,
GoldenEye.
dude. Are you running around? Odd Job was the first dabber, dude. Dude, we get in fights over that game, dude. Freaking throw blows. Me and my brothers, we would fight, physically fight because of that game. Dude, your screen looking, bro. And it's like, the screen, all kids see
we're
the
all on the
same
same
screen. Do you ever see those memes back in the day where people would like, they would like cut cardboard out?
Everybody's staying in their own little cube.
Dude, you would have to like literally keep staying in your cube. And that's why like when Halo LAN, dude, that was like, we can play on our own screen. You can't see me anymore.
But that kind of took away the fun of like sitting in the same room with your homies.
Yes.
talking the most.
Yes, the
shit.
couch co-op stuff, that's like gone.
The nerdiest shit I think I ever experienced was back then. I had some buddies and we were playing together, and it was right when they started doing like LAN parties and shit, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
everybody just brought their shit to one house.
Yeah.
So we were all
Yes.
still in one room.
Yes.
But everybody was playing on their own
They're
setup.
like, don't turn around,
Yeah,
bro.
don't fucking look at me,
Stop, don't
dude.
look back, dude. Don't look back. And then just like, oh, dude, I knew what you were doing. It's like, bro, stop.
Yeah.
And then like, but you like physically hitting each other by be my brothers fight and like gnarly fights.
Yeah.
And it was just like, dude, like just we're like it's hard. My peripheral vision is a thing. Like, and I want to win. How about we just we can all just acknowledge we're looking at each other's screens, and let's just run around and chase each other. Like it's all good.
Dude, I've even told the guys like, hey, we got to find like a boiler room somewhere that we can just shoot this GoldenEye song in, and we'll just like have the camera going down little alleyways
but
of
are
the
you gonna have
boiler
like
room. Everybody like
are you
playing
gonna
and
have
stuff.
like you gotta have like somehow without making it sound too, like like too modern that sound effect like from the fact what is it called like where it's like doom, 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 like you come out of the vent that like sound that's going on in the background the whole time somehow
Dude, we'll
somehow,
find a way.
I don't know what that man that
We
clip.
gotta do it where you like put your shoes on your knees so that you look shorter than everybody else. So that's how we know that you beat everyone.
That sound, I feel like I hear it. It's like that weird like ambient sound.
Yeah.
If like you hear that, and all of a sudden you hear PP7,
Yep.
like it's like oh you know what that is.
Yeah.
Like it's just so good, bro.
There's a documentary about how like that game came about and how they were plans to do a second one and
Yeah.
all this stuff went.
And then they did Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the same, but people loved it. But I didn't. Did you ever play that game?
No, I remember hearing that it was out. And I never got to play it.
See, and I never played it because I was just like, there's nothing that will touch GoldenEye, right? And then they were gonna make a new one. Like it just got canceled or something. And I'm like, why are people so excited for this game? It wasn't even like it's not gonna translate. Like it's gonna be this newer game. It's gonna be like a lot of the other things we know about. Like I don't know, games like that's why I like games like Borderlands. You ever play that game? Borderlands is one of my favorite games of all time. Because there's the co-op modes, and like you play with people, and you can play in the same room together.
Yep.
But it like the whole feeling of it's us against like people. I love that feeling of co-op games.
Yeah.
Because like it is, you're playing with your homies. And multiplayer is cool, but like when you're actually like kind of doing stuff with friends, I love that feeling, dude.
What was that game? It was like the two mercenaries, and you could play both of you like in like the campaign where
Double Dragon.
the Double Dragon was sick.
Dude,
too.
that game's sick too.
I think it was just called like 2 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it was like the mercenaries with like the sick ass like helmets and stuff. And
it was like all the guys that you see in Call of Duty now.
Yeah.
Every trailer.
Yeah.
They're wearing this like a tactical mask.
Yeah.
And it looks like it just
there's like one dude
But that
just,
was cool at the time, dude.
Yeah.
Like they were the first ones to make something like that.
Yeah, and that was the first game I saw where you could just like hand your homie a controller and both of you could play the whole campaign together. But like it was just like a mercenary game. It was cool. It was cool.
That was like Xbox. That was like yeah, that's cool. Wow. Yeah,
I peaked at Nintendo 64.
dude, me too.
Never moved past it.
I still play games, but I'm not like great at them. Like I just do it for the fun.
I don't
of it
play
at
online.
times. It's hard.
I can't.
Well, because everybody's better than us.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Everybody's better than us. So if you're going to play co-op, it's cool.
Plus, I don't want to pay for the online subscription.
Is it still? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah.
You still have to have like
Like
they have
PS
all the,
Plus or whatever.
They
like
have
that.
GoldenEye. GoldenEye. They have Gold. They have GoldenEye. They have it on Game Pass.
Oh, okay.
On Xbox, you can play it.
Sick.
Yeah, it's on there, dude. I just went through and played it, and I got through it so quick, dude. I just muscle memory.
I don't know if this was just one of those internet things that you can't believe, but I've heard that they like are remaking GoldenEye
I've heard it too.
with like the new modern game engines.
I would love for them to do that.
That'd be sick.
I would love for them to do that, but also have like at least the characters have an option for them to be like
How they used to look,
Yeah.
all boxing shit.
just because I'll do it again, dude. I swear, dude. He was that was a fight in itself too.
And who was the one I was
Because
asking?
the hitbox was different.
Yeah.
So it was
It's
different.
so much shorter.
Yeah, it was like actually an issue. Let's not talk about how games back in the day, like when they made them, that's what they were.
Yeah.
And you were happy
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now nobody's happy.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be updated. You need to give us this, give us this, give us this. That's the hardest part about games now. Developers are losing their minds now.
Dude,
It's
I was playing a game called Dying Light 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a parkour game. It's weird, but it's like zombies,
yeah.
parkour, whatever. And it's like first person point of view. So
Is it like
everything you do.
Mirror's Edge? Ghost
Similar,
Runner-ish?
yeah.
Okay.
But so like Dying Light 2 came out, and like the first one people loved, the second one people like hated it when it came out because it just wasn't like, it didn't look great, whatever. And so I was playing the old version, and somewhere along the line an update came out and my PS5 downloaded it. And then I went to go play the game again, and all of a sudden it just looked like incredible. And I was like, what just happened?
It, like, remastered.
Yeah,
It,
like all of a sudden it's in
updated.
like 8K, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like everything looks
that
crazy.
Was like there was a game Cyberpunk that came out. That
He
came
was
out.
big on Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk is sick, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those games where it's like I can't even play around the kids because some crazy things going on in there.
Yeah.
But the game, that whole feel of like Cyberpunk, that whole theme, so sick. And they had dropped that game, and it was like there was all these promises and all that stuff. Whatever, I get it. Like, but what happened was it didn't translate to every console the same way as far as graphics.
You have to get 2 discs.
Yes, and some of them were messed up, like on original Xbox, or not original, but like the it wasn't the brand new Xbox and brand new PlayStation. The other one was like really messed up looking, and horrible. While the other engines for like the other consoles or the PC, all of those things looked incredible.
Yeah.
And so everybody was just upset because like I bought this thing and it looks horrible here. There's all sorts of games now that like people just immediately just dump on it, and although they are incredible games, they just
Then again,
has a
now
voice.
now that you're paying $100 a game,
Oh, no,
it's
yeah.
like, versus the 40 that we used to spend on games, it's like, okay, I might complain a little bit because
There's a lot of content. I think in the games now, there's so much more content that, yeah, it's just a different time.
Yeah.
It's a different time, dude. We have the ability to do those things. Now there's an expectation that people do those things.
Yeah.
I found myself even like, oh, are they going to update this thing? Or getting excited for updates for things all the time. But, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really played much lately. I think the last game that I ran through was Hades. It's like a top-down, like, roguelike game. Where you kind of like you're running through you're like the son of Hades and you're Zagreus and you're trying to run and you want to get out of there. You're like you're sick of it. You're like, dude, my dad, he's a dummy.
Yeah.
This is dumb. Like I want to get out of here, and everybody's just like just total dildo or whatever, and
There's just a Taco Bell light at the end of the tunnel.
everybody eats Del Taco there. It's horrible. No, but he
Sounds like a miserable
you're trying-
place.
Yeah, dude. They're trying to get out, and you're trying to get out, and then you'll die, and then you come back. Like you come back every time you die. Then you get back up, and you come back out, and then he's like, "Yeah, see, you're not gonna get out of here." But you start getting stronger every playthrough.
Gotcha.
To the point to where you eventually will get out there, and you find Persephone, like his mom, and you find like you hear more of the story. It's like Greek mythology stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's because Zagreus isn't like necessarily a character that anybody knows about, so they made a story about with him, and you learn other things along the way, and it's just an interesting game, and it's not like super crazy graphics. It's kind of like artsy, like kind of like Borderlands 2, like it's like cel shaded, like it looks like someone comic books like almost drew it. But I love it. Like I love that kind of stuff. I love anything that has cool aesthetics.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna be staring at this thing, it's gotta look good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then even my son, he plays Fortnite all the time, and that game's hilarious because now like you can play as like the Predator and like also have like some sort of princess on the same team.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're capping people, dude. Like, and it's so funny, dude. There's like RoboCop. There's all the retro stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these kids, my son thinks like he knows Predator. I'm like, you've never seen a Predator movie ever, bro. And he's like, oh, Predator, Dad. Oh, RoboCop. Oh, Terminator. Oh, this. Then like, what in the world?
Dude,
dude?
I saw a video of a kid that saw Snoop Dogg and was like, "That's the guy from Fortnite," and I was like,
Yes, bro, dude. Everything, dude. Everything is like part of that culture.
Yeah.
They've learned like that they can literally. It's a model in which you can play as what you like.
"Yeah,
So it's, I mean, It's genius.
It's cool
They
because
do
it
live
does
concerts in it. They do all
Yeah.
this. They've literally touched on everything.
Full
Star Wars,
events.
bro. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
So good.
Yeah.
Dude, Star Wars, bro.
Yeah.
Like everything. You could be anything in Star Wars. You get a Baby Yoda following you around like the Mandalorian, dude. Like it's insane.
In Fortnite?
Yes.
Yeah, I was playing as Jar Jar Binks for a little bit.
Jar Jar.
Oh yeah, you just started playing
Yes,
Fortnite.
Jar
right?
Jar
Yeah.
Binks. They have Darth Jar Jar Binks.
So do you like floppy run around and everything?
Yeah.
It's legit, dude. It's insane what they can do now, and like they have everything.
Yeah.
They have everything.
You've never been pissed off when Jar Jar Binks kills you.
Bro, hey, dude. That was good. When Jar Jar Binks kills you, dude, and you got like Jar Jar Binks, and you got, dude, they have DC Marvel comics,
Yeah.
dude. They have
Yeah.
like everything. They have everything.
I know there was like a whole event where like Galactus came out and like,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
wiped out people's
Yes.
entire game
Yeah.
boards.
There was a whole
like it's a whole thing. It's cool.
They had a whole season like that was based on that. My son's like, Dad, can we watch this thing? And we're watching it. I'm like, why is this so cool, dude? Like, this is actually pretty cool. Like your dad, like I actually, if you go to the garage, son, I have these boxes of comics. This is actually like, and he's like, oh, that's cool, but he doesn't like necessarily know how to read comics yet because it's not something he grew up doing all the time.
Yeah.
There was a season where I stopped collecting them because they were just expensive. And but it's just a trip, dude. Like you can play as anything you want and do whatever. And like I'm watching all this Marvel stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, like you got like every version of Spider-Man in the game, and you got like you're running around as Thanos, and you're running around as this guy and that guy, and you could do anything. It's just bonkers, dude.
It's one of those things where like
They recreated Guitar Hero in the game.
Yeah.
it's just so crazy.
There's its own mode that is literally Rock Band. The guys that own Rock Band made they made their own mode within Fortnite. It's called Fortnite Festival. It's basically Rock Band.
Yeah.
And you can literally buy one of those guitars. You can buy it. Newer companies are making them, and you can play Rock Band in the game
crazy.
with all of these new songs that they're releasing and dropping. And
That's so cool. Weren't you guys on Rock Band?
Yeah.
Oh, get it, dude! Sick, dude. We were not on Rock Band, so that is I'm a little jealous.
I was Guitar Hero.
There's a video that exists on YouTube of us failing our own song.
Oh, so fun. Dude, that was like, I feel like that was another bucket list thing that I didn't get. Man, but that's...
Be on Rock Band.
Yeah, be on Rock Band.
Yeah.
They had, we were on a baseball game, a couple of them.
Yeah.
MLB The Show.
Nice.
Yeah, that was, and we were on the hills. Our music was on the hills.
Nice.
Super dumb. The hills.
Dude, that's it.
You know what it was? The Britney Spears Toxic
The
cover.
Toxic cover, that makes sense.
I'm serious, dude. That thing blew up, bro. I feel like literally it like created a whole nother like level of Static fans, and
Dude,
all good. Dude, I always go back to like Alien Ant Farm, like when they did Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the good thing Static was like had its own fan base and was popular before that.
Wait,
because-
were you in that video?
No. Okay.
You
So
were- okay,
So I'll
okay.
explain. I can. That's part of like where I stepped away.
Okay.
Right before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember that video being like so, no offense, so corny.
Yeah.
But like in the best way. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
and it
Like
was supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there was they had a fill-in guitar player that like joined like right after me. He was kind of like a friend of the family. He was like a fill-in, and then he ended up leaving later, and he was in a band. He started with a couple other guys of Mice and Men band.
Okay.
That blew up. They're kind of like a heavier rock band.
Okay.
Alternative, but it's kind of heavier. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but at the same time, a lot of people like them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, where do you want to go next? I'm trying to think of like
I think we were still we were just talking about
jump,
your
like literally we could jump all over the place, dude.
Let's talk about once you actually started getting started playing playing live, got into heavy music.
Yeah, so heavy music was the next step. Got into heavy music, found all the Christian bands that were playing, but then like started listening to some of the other stuff, that secular stuff that I wanted to listen to too, and like so I listened to both. Like I listened to both. I liked all of it.
And how old were you at this time when you started getting into like the heavier stuff?
Probably like 12.
Okay.
Maybe 12 at the time. But I was like on my own music journey
Right.
on my own. Like
You were finding shit.
I was
like,
I was just on a hunt, dude.
Yeah.
And there was a season where like that's all I wanted to do was just listen to music and skateboard. Music, skateboard. That's all I wanted to do. If you didn't want to do that with me, we were not going to hang out. Like that was it. Like, and so I got obsessed. Okay, so I think that's part of where ADHD plays a factor in my life that I just once again had no clue about until later in life. But I was just so like fixated on this, like, and went so deep down the rabbit hole and like learned about like history and music and where all these sounds started and just finally but still was part of like I never like went back and was like, oh, Black Flag's my favorite band. Like I never did that. Like I'm not gonna be that guy. Like or Misfits my favorite band. Like they're good, like awesome, but I didn't like
it was before your time.
And it wasn't like I really wasn't like a massive fan. I went back and listened to the things and I liked certain things, but like in to be honest with myself, like my Misfits or my Black Flag, that was like MXPX, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you really think about it, it's like MXPX, old Green Day, Dookie, like old like and like really early like Blink even.
Yeah.
Like
Dude Ranch and
like Dude
Fisher
Ranch.
Catch.
Yes, yeah. Well,
Cat.
Dude Ranch was like that one too. And like you go back and listen to Dude Ranch and you listen to the newer stuff, it's just so different. Like it's all good, but like Dude Ranch, Dookie, and MXPX, like Slowly Going with Buffalo, Life in General, like those albums, those are the bands those are the albums, and then like a little bit of like the Ataris back then too.
Yeah.
Like a tiny bit of their earlier stuff. Those are the songs I was teaching myself on bass and learning those songs. And once I learned those, then it was cool. But then again, like I said, I was starting to listen to heavy music there and listening to everything at this point. And the Deftones were one of those bands that at some point they fell into the mix. Glassjaw was one other band that I heard.
Sick.
And when I heard Glassjaw, I was like, okay, this is like the perfect blend of everything.
Yeah.
Like this is ADHD music, dude.
Yeah.
Like an amalgam of sounds.
I wasn't into them until I saw them live.
Bro.
Then I got it. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
understand
dude,
now.
it's almost like what is happening? Like he's losing his mind up there. He's singing, he's screaming, he's freaking out. He's really angry. Like why is he so angry?
Yeah.
And his voice was just it was all over too. Like it was like it not everybody they're like a cult classic movie. You know what I mean? Like they're good. People like them and love them, or they just don't know about them or don't listen to them.
Right.
Period. Like so, I feel like Glassjaw is
Daryl
like
Palumbo.
Daryl Palumbo is like, and then he did like Head Automatica and he did all this stuff because he's just a music guy.
Yeah.
But like
Which total change.
totally,
Yeah.
totally, and like I think they're at a place now where they're going back into like yes, this is what like we were into, but again, I think he's just a music guy. He likes everything.
Yeah.
But again, like it was one of those things where I started finding those types of bands, and I was like, oh shoot. And then a friend of mine, actually, let me go back a little bit. So I started playing bass, started getting decent at it. I started like a couple like random garage bands. Nothing happened, but I was like getting used to playing with people. And then a friend of mine from church knew Sean Durham from Falling Cycle, and I remember hearing them a little bit before that, like Sinai Beach and Falling Cycle were getting popular within the scene. Sick of Change, they were dope. My a buddy of mine, Kevin, he was their vocalist for a long time. We actually still talk. He's a good dude. Doing his own thing now, but still that album.
I was curious about what he been up to.
Yeah, he's a DJ. He DJs and he's not really into like that kind of music or that scene. He got really into like kind of like The Cure and other bands like that. Like that's kind of more his style now. But there was actually Sick of Change was going to potentially do like a reunion thing, and he asked if I would be one of the play guitar for one of it if their other guitar player wouldn't play. But I don't think they ever ended up deciding to do it fully, which is cool because he's not.
Rich the one trying to bring it together?
Huh?
Was Rich the one trying to bring it together?
I'm not sure who was the leader of like trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
I'm not like who is the one like orchestrating it. I just know that he was saying that they might need another guitar player to help make that happen. So and that was like a few years ago. Just hasn't turned anything. So it's always possible, but it's like one of those things where it would be such a niche thing, and only like people that really knew who they were, even to this day, would like.
Be there.
It would be like 40 people, dude. I'd be there.
Losing their minds though.
Yeah, but like, oh, dude, it's so sick.
That's fun.
Oh, see, that's kind of like that metal riffing.
Yeah.
In punk, like that was like very unique. So basically one of my friends from Calvary, she knew Sean, and they're a few years older than me, so I was like still young, like really young, and like they're all just graduated high school, and I was like still like a freshman, and so she was like, oh, you guys need a bass player now, your old bass player's gone. He's young, but I have a friend, he's like really good at bass, and I was so obsessed. I like learned so fast, and I was playing every day all the time. And he was like, well, maybe he's like 15. He's kind of young. Like, I don't know. So then she was like, no, like just let him come jam with you one time. You'll see. So then I like learned literally all the songs like so fast, and then went to jam with them one time, and they were like, bro, like, okay. Yeah, you know the songs. Here, let us show you a couple new ones, and then like if you could pick these up, we'll have you play a couple shows with us. So then I learned those quickly, and they were like, okay, let's do it. And so there was never like this like a official like you're in the band kind of thing. It was kind of more like they knew that I could do it and that I would love to. But it was my age. It was me being so young that was hard for them, because like we would go and we'd play like these other shows, and I remember one of the dudes in Sinai Beach were like, so who's the prodigy? That's what they were saying. So who's the prodigy? And it was like they were talking to me, and I was like, what are they talking about? I don't know what they're... And he was like, are you the bass player? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, I'm excited to see you play with them, dude, because I heard that like you learn the songs really fast and that you're really young. And so I did it, and they played, and it was so much fun, super awkward, because I'm like trying to figure out how to even like have any sort of stage presence. Hilarious. So I rocked, dude, but I'm telling you right now, it was just funny. I'll watch like an old video on VHS of it, like, you know what I mean? Dude. Like how Showcase used to record them, and I'm just such a nerd, dude. And it's just hilarious. And then we had some more shows. We played at Showcase Theater at one of the Face Down Fest shows, and it was like so sick, bro. Like that was my first. That was my first. Like, oh, this is dope.
Face Down Fests were sick.
Like. Yes, they were so cool. And at the Showcase Theater, hardcore shows were like the best. Punk rock and hardcore shows were the best at this place. Like, that's what I miss so much about that place, is because that was such a... I don't even know like if they still had it. It probably... We wouldn't be able to recreate what was happening then. No. Because at that time, that culture was so rad. But like I just remember playing there and having everybody like run on stage and just start diving on people, and I remember thinking like, oh, I hope they don't hurt that person, like blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I don't really care that much.
When dudes would jump off the balcony,
yes, bro, like... and I'm like, dude, they're gonna crush some skull. Like, okay, well, but everyone's like, yeah, like they would embrace it, and it was such a crazy culture. And I just remember going home that night, going like, I want to do that all the time.
Yeah.
That was the moment. I was like, I want to do that all the time. And so when they told me, after like we played like, I think I played like 4 shows with them, and then they told me just like we're gonna end up getting this other guy to play bass with us just because like you're just too young still, and like we need to travel and things like that. And it's interesting because they played some more shows, but then shortly after that, they stopped playing because too many things were happening, and then they started like this like radio rock band. They were like really into like they wanted to like make it, and they started doing something that was like Hoobastank inspired, like
interesting.
Yeah, and it was called like Stereo Tragedy. Do you remember that, hearing that? But it was just like they were trying to make some songs that were like radio friendly.
Wait, Stereo Tragedy?
Yeah, that's what it was called.
That was Falling Cycle?
It was, yeah. It was
dudes of Falling Cycle?
It was a few dudes from Falling Cycle, yes.
Oh.
Yes, and it was like kind of like radio rockish, like alternative but catchy singing. Yeah. So Mike wasn't involved in that. So it was that dude Russ who played guitar and was starting to sing in some of the Static or the Falling Cycle songs. He was the frontman for that. And then they had Sean on guitar and this other dude on bass, Blake on bass, and then the Falling Cycle drummer. It was all of them but Mike. So, but yeah, and so they stopped playing after that, and they were doing that, and then I don't know what really ended up panning out with that, not much, I don't think. But at the same time, that's what they wanted to do. I go back to the drawing board. I'm like, okay, got this experience. I know what I want to do.
I want to do this, yeah.
I'm going to do this. And I need to write songs. I want to write music. Started playing guitar, started writing songs. Like, I started figuring it out. And, like, it was just flowing out of me, dude. Like, I would sit there all day long, every day. Didn't want to do school anymore. I'm just like, I just got to make music. And I just, like, started listening to so much, like, post-hardcore, like, heavy stuff. But I'd always, like, hear, like, melodic
Still
stuff.
melody, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is the direction I want to go. I want to make music that's melodic, heavy, soft, like moody, like Deftones, like chill beats, but then also like really crazy, chaotic stuff. So I was just like, how do I do all of it? And like so the guys in Static were, and I had like little projects and things I was writing on my own, just like in case I was to ever do anything. But then someone was like, hey, Static, they need a guitar player. You should try out for them. They're already kind of popular. They're doing it. And I was like, oh, I've heard of them before. And so they pulled me in. It was like, I just went in, cause they're even a few years older than me too. And, but they needed a guitar player. And so this was like shortly after Fossil Tito came out. So it was their second album. They got pulled into Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was supposed to be like, they're writing off the success of like the first, and it wasn't really working because the sound was shifting. They watered down Joe's vocals. They hate that record to this day. There's a couple songs, like we just played Radio Flyer. That song was popular from old bands back in the day, but they put it on that record and we watered it down like crazy. The producers and the people that wanted them to do stuff. So if this day nothing gets played off that except for Radio Flyer. First time in like so long we played it. Shows like I think it was like at the end of last year, like the California for Lovers thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was mainly just playing the first album and the self-titled album, which is the one I have a lot of my hand in writing with Dan.
Mm-hmm.
And so so I ended up trying out for them. Literally didn't even know the guys before, and we knew a lot of mutual people, but then just went and jammed with them, and that was the first night. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So it was like immediate, like we knew. And that was kind of like history from that point forward. Like we started doing everything, started traveling, started touring. I kind of basically like said goodbye to everything I knew back home.
Yeah.
And got my first taste of like what life is like to be completely disconnected from everything else and be focused purely on me. Mm-hmm. And it was a good thing, but I also in hindsight look back and I'm like, wow, like, man, I really did only care about myself for a long time and what I wanted to do. And
you kind of have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it sounds super, super selfish.
Yeah.
But
unless your band gets like super like big and you know,
which I feel I've never been there, but I feel like probably comes with its own problems too. Like too big, too fast. It's like,
well, totally. And you know, it for me, it's interesting because like I came into it like at a point where they had already experienced some of even the harder things, or the like started to experience some fame in a way that was like we're still kids trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
And I was still a kid in a sense, like, and I stepped into something where it was like now we're talking business. We're talking these other things. Now there's a lot of these other things involved. And I kind of just naive just was like, I just want to play. I want to write. And so then I just started, I literally was doing all of the things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was doing all the things. I was writing with the guys, me and Dan. We spent so much time together just at his house, just making music like nonstop. It was like one of the funnest experiences I've ever had, me and him just sitting there, grinding away, writing music. To this day, I think about those days at his house was like long nights, just, and like there's such good memories. While we think about the stuff that we missed and the stuff that like I feel like I was selfish about, there's also a lot of good. Like there's a lot of really great experiences, a lot of really cool things. But, you know, I think, you know, there's so much, I learned so much about myself after, in hindsight, looking back at my experiences. And I'm so grateful for that season of my life because I learned so much about, you know, what it's like to be thrown into something and you want it so bad, but and you actually get it, right? You actually get this thing that you've always wanted, and it's awesome and it's fun, but there's all these other things that you're not thinking about. Like I wasn't saving money. I was just having fun.
Yeah, no.
I'm just like buying people drinks all night, every night. Fans, I'll buy them drinks. I'll like just putting myself into crazy spaces and scenarios.
Yeah.
Like totally irresponsible. Like, it's just wild, dude. It was just so wild, but it was so fun at the same time, just getting to play all the time. But I think that there's a piece of me still throughout that whole process and that whole time with them originally that it was like, I still had that, like, if I wasn't moving forward in the ways that I'm expecting to, I'm stagnant. Yeah. And that was the thing that I didn't realize until later on, that throughout my entire, like, time in music, there was a piece of me that was always like, if things slowed down or it didn't feel like it was moving in a direction I wanted it to, I wasn't happy or satisfied, and I had to keep going and chasing it. And so there's a level of contentment that I never really that I never allowed myself to experience. I was always like, wow, this is cool, I need more. Or, oh man, now we're going to Australia. Like we went out to Australia with Seosin and did like a dual headliner thing. And that was such a big deal. It was so fun. Yeah. And I'm like, what are we going to do next? You know, like already, dude. And it was just like, what are we going to do next? Oh, cool. We're doing this thing. Or we'd miss out on an opportunity. We did like Taste of, the band did Taste of Chaos before me. But we did like Take Action Tour with like, with Red Jumpsuit and Scary Kids and Emery. And like, we did this like really crazy, these really cool opportunities and really good tours with all these really great people. And we had a lot of fun, but we also had a lot of like moments where I'm like, dang it, if I would have just slowed down a little bit and it just like took a deep breath and allowed myself to really embrace those things that I was experiencing, I feel like, well, you know, I feel like I would have done some things differently. Obviously, again, dad, doing what I'm doing now, all the hindsight, I'm like, I would have slowed down and I would have done more of this and I would have went and did experience some more sights. And I'm like, I go to New York 10 times, but I just finally went and saw a memorial or some sort of site that like I've never experienced. And I'm like, it's because I'm like at a place now in my life where it's like, oh, I'm going to make the time to go do this thing and check this thing out instead of just trying to rage and have a blast all the time.
But arguably, your life may not be exactly the same as it is now.
100%.
If you had made changes.
I agree.
Then. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's part of like understanding my past. I think a lot of that, basically like fast forward, I ended up getting married. I have kids. There's more music stuff we could touch base on before that too. Other bands I played with and things like that. But like, I learned at some point down the road in my life through my wife, who I've only been married once. I've had different relationships, but through my wife, I was able to find out that I have ADHD and I have mild bipolar and anxiety disorder. So I have all of these things.
Just the best combo.
Dude, it's like the cocktail of how to have the perfect life. Yeah. And like if you want to like really experience life to its fullest and not have any struggle, just have these things.
Yeah, dude.
Like, trust me, you don't know. You haven't lived life until you've struggled mental health like this, dude. So like, I feel like, but knowing that now, looking back now, that helps me. It really helped me understand like a lot of the things that I was struggling with. And the crazy thing is like people struggle with these things even if they don't struggle with mental health, right?
Yeah.
You struggle with like a lot of these displacement feelings and these like lonely nights and that like you're filling with like just getting wasted and or with girls or with whatever, like there's all of these things that there are a lot of regrets. I do have a lot of regrets, and it's not that I like feel horrible about myself, that type of regret. It's more so like there are things that I just wish that I wouldn't have allowed to take the space of some of these cool experiences. Other
Right.
really awesome things are right in front of me. Like I think about like if I was to tour now, what would I do on a regular basis? Like we went out to New York and stuff, but that was just such a quick thing. It wasn't anything like really touring. But if I was to tour now, what would I do on a daily? I'd probably like have like my ROG little like Ally gaming device.
Yeah.
I would probably have like a couple decks of Magic cards, dude. I would probably have a little recording setup on my Mac. I would probably be doing those types of things to fill my time.
Yeah.
Looking for like a good craft non-alcoholic beer, dude, because now they make those and they're actually good. Which is the weirdest thing.
That's weird. Yeah.
It is like it's like, should I be feeling buzzed off this thing? But no, it just tastes good. Anyways, I would do things so different. I would like, but at the same time, it's all good. Like, and I think one of the things that we could do, you know, is impart that wisdom into other people.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, it does help me understand who I am today, and why I struggled back then. And at the end of the day, dude, life is life. You got to experience things.
Yeah.
You got to go through stuff. But again, those guys, like they're brothers, like Static dudes. We got back together. We did some reunion shows recently, and since then I've become a pastor. Again, like the craziest journey, dude. Like there's I don't even know how to like tell the story without go. All right, guys, here we go.
Yeah,
Chapter
here's
1.
Yeah.
Here we go. Because all of my things are extremes.
So I have a question for you
Yeah.
that might kind of help put some pieces in place.
Yeah.
So your wife met you post music,
Yes.
pre-pastor,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So what was her perspective when you're like, by the way, I used to do like quote unquote rock star shit before you, and then her reaction to, oh, now I'm gonna be a pastor, and then like getting to know like all those aspects of you.
Well, okay, so when we met, I had recently, like before that, started to actually like, okay, so post music, I always had like a foundation of a belief in God, growing up, but I just didn't understand my place in it because I was so focused on other things. Playing music, everything, like it would be funny. I would be like drunk and I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm Christian, like I love God, like blah, blah, blah. I swear it was so funny, man. And like it's ridiculous.
So much more common than people think, though.
I did, dude. Like, and I'm serious. I really cared, dude. I did care, like, genuinely about that stuff. Like, it's so funny. Like, I think about all this stuff, and I always like. I used to say, like, man, I was so horrible back then. Blah blah blah. But like really though, like I love people, like, and I've always, if there's one thing that I realized, that even though I had my moments and I was selfish in the way of where I was driven and I was going to do the thing that I was going to do, I did love people. Even if I made mistakes along the way or I made someone feel like I didn't, like I do genuinely just love people.
Yeah.
And so I'd have these conversations with folks, and it's funny, I just tried to push my glasses up. I got that. They broke right before this. If you see that, it's like, it's because I literally...
muscle memory.
It's muscle memory. Like, I got to push them up because they keep falling down all the time. It's because, like, okay, so, like, if I'm in a space with... Let me go back. Where was I? Dang it, dude. ADHD got me again, dude.
Loving people, and even though you were...
yes.
You may have done some things.
That's why I had those conversations with people. Like, I would be, like, drunk, and I would literally have a conversation with somebody about something, like, life-giving, and I'm like... I look back and I'm like, how was I having these like super crazy off the wall conversations while doing the things that would make someone think that this person does not do or believe in this?
Right.
But I think that's just part of like, it's part of like what I've realized now, where I'm at now. Like my wife, like I tell her these stories and she's like, thinks it's hilarious because it's just like, yeah, of course you had it in you this whole time. But you had to, like, there were things that you needed to do and experience in order, but the person that you are has stayed the same. Right. You just didn't know how to function in the ways where the things you struggled with, you didn't realize that, like, the good and the bad with it. Yeah. Like, it was like you were a tornado, like, running through, like, all the time. And it was, like, fun, but sometimes it was extra.
Yeah.
And so, So my intentions were always good, but like I didn't know how the chips would fall sometimes in relationships with people. And so like you'll talk to people all the time and they'll be like, John was so fun, but man, I gotta tell you about this story or that story. And it's so funny because like it's always like you see them smile, like you knew like it was gonna be some sort of crazy extreme thing. But I will say the one thing that's a common thread that I hear is like, but he was so fun.
Yeah.
And he was so like, but he like loves people, and he was always like loved people, but he's just so wild. He was so wild back then. But it was like I was unhinged because I was living the life that I've always wanted to live, and I didn't know how to even function in it fully. So I just got to enjoy it because once you get to a place where people are doing everything for you, it's like you don't have like responsibility.
Yeah.
You just do things. It's funny, my wife, so when she found out that I did those things, I was now at this place, I was like, I found like my faith, I like understood it. This is before I met her. I was like this year of like trying to understand like who I was, not playing music, because there was right before I met her, like a year and a half before her, the reason why, because this can give you some perspective on like how I even stopped playing with Static. I had found out, I was on Warped Tour, I had found out that I was going to be a father. I found out, and I grew up without my dad. I experienced so much mental and emotional struggle with that I buried it for so long. But I told myself, because I know how that felt, it was so horrible for me to just, my mom did the best she could. Like I said, she did everything she could to try to protect us and raise us in a good way. But my dad not being there, there's always a void. There's something missing. And so I told myself, if I ever become a father, I'm going to do whatever I can to prioritize that.
Yeah.
I'm never going to let a kid, especially if it's mine, go through that and have me not be present. And I'm traveling like 8-9 months out of the year. When I'm home, I'm barely home. And when I am, we're writing or something. And it's like, I'm so disconnected from home that like, all right, here we go. Time to go into the next extreme.
Right.
I gotta stop playing in a professional touring band. And so I told those guys on tour when I found out, I got a call, and it's the craziest thing was I had such peace about immediately what I was
You knew it, like,
because although I love music and it's in me, it's embedded in me, like I love it. I knew in that moment, this is more important.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a dad. And I don't know how to be a dad. I just know that I know the one thing that I always told myself, I will be there.
Yeah.
Like, so if I ever become a father, and this was not my plan, it wasn't planned. But like through the on and off relationship with my high school relationship, like she ended up getting pregnant, and
Yeah.
it is what it is. And so I ended up, stopping music. We were in the middle of Warped Tour. I like told the guys I'm gonna stop playing. Like honestly, their response was like, "Dude, what the heck? Like you can't just stop."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm sorry, I have to do this because." And so my whole thing was like, I just felt so justified in it that I was just like, I'm gonna stop. And they were upset with me for a little while because of the fact that like I wasn't really considering them in the midst of it. But it goes back to the trauma as a kid growing up without your father. And it's almost like you almost stop caring about what anybody else is feeling. You just, okay, now I'm going to be a dad. I got to care about this kid because of what I experienced. So you get like cloudy judgment in how you manage that scenario. But I told him, I was like, well, I'm going to finish the tour, Warped Tour. And then I'm going to step away. And so that's what I did. And it was a really weird experience because the rest of the tour was like this looming cloud of like, yeah, like he's leaving, you know what I mean? Like, and it was hard because, I knew what I was going to do, set. But after that, I was like, what am I going to do? Who am I? My identity was in music.
Yeah.
Like, I had to get a job. Like, what kind of job am I going to get? I'm a prima donna. Like, I'm chubby now with a beard. But back then, I was skinny with a Bieber haircut.
Warped Tour
like,
thin back
before
then.
Bieber, we had the swoops first.
Yep.
So I had a black Bieber. I was skinny. I still wear the same clothes, basically. It's all black. I'm still there. That's one thing I never let go of. Okay. Like I have like 15 black t-shirts in my car, in my closet, and I have a couple Violent Gentleman shirts, and that's all I need. That's all I need.
Yep.
But so I stepped away. I was like, what am I gonna do? I had someone who was like, I can get you a job in construction, something you're interested in. You got a bunch of tattoos. It might be hard to find like a good job right off the bat. And I'm like, all right, fine. Whatever I got to do for my kid, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I start construction, horribly hard. Like,
What were you doing? What?
I started working in an oil refinery as a maintenance
Oh.
crew guy.
Oh.
So like,
Yeah.
dude, it was like,
Let's just go for one of the worst of the worst.
bro. It was like
Get frame houses
Dude,
or like...
no, it was a contractor that did all the maintenance repair work in the oil refinery in Torrance.
God.
And I had never done anything like that. So green, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, like everything, people, they handled all our food. They brought, I didn't even have to string my guitars. Like, I didn't have to do nothing, dude. I just got to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Like, I got to do
I just
anything.
riffed.
And you think that's like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
It actually, it's cool for a season, but if you don't understand the importance of getting your hands and feet dirty, like you're going to get to a place where when you have to do real things, it's going to be really hard for you.
It's jarring.
It's so jarring.
Yeah.
It's so jarring because I go from everybody loving me to now I'm working with this crew and these guys, they hated me because I didn't know anything. Okay, so now I'm on this construction crew inside of the refinery where with most of these guys are ex-cons because they want that's the only jobs they can get.
Yeah.
So now I'm in there because I got colorful tattoos. Like, dude, I'm serious. These guys called me Passion because I had passion on my throat for music. I got the Job Stoppers on purpose because of music. It was all of that stuff. But I like tattoos for art. These guys got their tattoos because they're criminals. And so, dude, like legit, like no joke, bro. I went into like Scared Straight, like the whole like in real life, dude. But I went into it and I was like so driven, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna bring me some good money. I'm gonna do it. And it was two of the hardest years of my life, dude. And these guys like broke me. But in a way that I didn't stop.
Right.
So like and the reason why I say the hardest 2 years of my life is there was a point after 2 years. I stayed in it. I did it. I rode through it. I was harassed. I was treated like garbage by these guys. They were trying their hardest to break me in a way where I would just quit.
Yeah.
Cause I was for them, I was work.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got to, this guy.
You're a liability.
Yes, he's just like making it. Now we got to show him things, and he's not picking it up really quickly right away. And I'm like going from like again everyone loving me to like now I'm just like the worst. I'm the pain in their side. Like,
did you still have the hair? Like,
no, I cut it, dude. Like,
every time they yell at you, you're like, stop.
because I had to wear a hard hat, and it just didn't work with a hard hat, dude. And so like just life was so different. I was just like a little skinny twerp, didn't have any muscle on my body.
Yeah.
Like I'm serious. It was just so crazy, dude, the dynamic shift. And so, while I never wanted to be like these dudes, I wanted to learn, I wanted to figure things out, and I wasn't going to stop.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to stop learning. So they tried, bro. They tried. And some days I'd go home and I'd be like, this is miserable, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I hate this. But I was doing it because I wanted to be a father and have stability. Mm-hmm. So I rode through it. The reason why again I said 2 years is because there was a point where all of the sudden these guys stopped treating me poorly, and I was like one of them.
You earned the respect.
It took 2 years though of it, and I remember thinking like, is this ever going to end? Well, it doesn't matter. If anything, I'm just going to get better than these guys are, and because I know how to laser focus on things, I'm going to dial in. I'm going to learn all the stuff. And then I'm gonna be running circles around these guys.
That's ADD focus.
That's what happened in my head. I'm like, forget it, dude. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it happen. Whatever they could. And I started learning everything. I started learning. Learned how to do concrete. I learned how to do pipe fitting. I learned how to do asphalt. I learned how to do all of these crazy things. And I learned, I mean, a lot of the experience that I learned within 2 years is like, it takes a lot longer to learn.
Yeah.
Because we did so many different types of things, because the job could be whatever, dude. It's like the craziest, like,
every day you'd get like, all right, guys, this is what we're working on today. Because they would bid for jobs within the refinery. It was it was like its own little world. And so, yeah, so I did all that. But there was a point where all of a sudden they were trying to invite me out for beers. Like, that's where it got. And I'm like, I don't
Like, forget you guys.
No. And I remember going like, ugh, like I guess I'll have a beer with them here and there. And I just got to the point where I'm like, dude, I can't hang out with these guys. Like, honestly, like I want to be like, I want the camaraderie to be there, but I'm just gonna stick to my guns, dude, and just let them know, like, I gotta drive back to Moreno Valley.
Yeah.
They're in Torrance, dude.
Yeah.
And I literally and for that whole time, I'm driving to and from Torrance every day. From Moreno Valley.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, I was committed.
Shut
dude.
up about your commute.
Committed, baby.
How long is that commute? Mine's 70 miles.
That was about almost 100. It was about I think from my house now to Torrance is like 99 miles, but from here or Moreno Valley, it's probably like 85. No, I'm sorry, not 85. No, yeah, like about 85 miles. Every day, dude. And that was just there. And then I eventually started doing construction other places, but that during that period of time is when I felt like I was so grounded. I was forced. I was broken into dust, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I did not, like, it was the hardest thing in the world to, like, relearn life and, like, understand what hard work was. Like, like legit hard work. And so, like, but I was driven by becoming a father. And so there was a season where I started to feel me and her mom separated. And because of that, I didn't have my daughter with me all the time. I'm like, okay, she's like 1.5 years old. I've sacrificed everything for her. Me and her mom weren't working out. We weren't married. We were just dating. But the thing is that I realized, man, like, who am I now even when she's not? Because if I only have my daughter 3 weekends a month, then the rest of the week, I'm grinding and I'm coming home to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so it's one of those things where you're just like, dude, like, what am I doing this for now at this point? And I'm like, no, I still have the same purpose and reason.
Yeah.
But it was really lonely. And I just remembered, like, feeling like this is where God came into the play. I remember feeling like there was this stirring on my heart, like, this is the thing that you're supposed to be doing. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't understand. No, it's just as far as, like, how to live my life. There was a void. Like, when my daughter wasn't with me, I'm like, why am I not happy now when she's not around? The guys, like the dudes in the job, they love me now. Everything else seems to be going well. But there was something that I was missing, and I didn't realize it until I was by myself, like, alone, like, fully alone. Like, and that would be like during the week or the off weekend when I didn't have her. And so I had a lot of time to sit and really process and think about my life, think about the things that I've experienced, think about my upbringing, think about my time in music. I was starting to kind of do some side projects, played with Lorraine Drive for a little bit. Outside of that, toured a little bit, didn't do a ton because, again, it was like this weird season of, like, trying to understand things. Did another project on the side, trying to really figure myself out during this time. So I had all these different, like, musical endeavors in the midst of everything. And then I just realized, man, there's a void. There's, like, a legitimate void that nothing is filling this space. Like, nothing is bringing me joy. And that's where I just kind of had a moment where a buddy of mine was like, you know, they were trying to get me to come back to church, and I wasn't really, like, that interested. But they told me about this conference, this, like, men's conference they're doing. And they were telling me about it, but I didn't. And I told them, oh, no, I'm not going to go to that thing. I'm just not there right now. Like, I still believe, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I decided to go on my own. I didn't tell them I was going to go, but I decided I was going to go on my own. And I just remember sitting up in the bleachers. It was at, like, I think it was like the Verizon Amphitheater at the time. And it was, like, all these, like, bigger Christian pastors, like Raul Reese and, like Chuck Smith. You remember that guy? He was still alive at the time. And Chuck Smith, dude, he was like OG Calvary pastor, dude. This guy, man, he was like he was the guy from, like, Jesus Revolution. Oh, no. And he was there. and like, you know, Kelsey Grammer, I think it was, well, anyways, yeah, he was the Chuck Smith in that movie, and then there was other people, but so like they're all these pastors coming up and teaching, and then there was this one dude, and I was like, why am I even here, dude? And I'm listening to all of these dudes. I'm all day like listening to people teaching, and one dude came up, and it was Ryan Reese. Do you ever heard of him? He runs he has a ministry called the Whosoevers, and it's built around like really edgy people, suicide, all these people that are struggling with mental health and everything, and anything you could think of, drugs, just all of that. And he had his dad, Raul Reese, had been a pastor at a church for a long time. His story's crazy too, but his son was like, he was functioning like drug addict, was like a tour manager for like Circa and stuff like that, but he was like really deep in it, like really deep into drugs and just like, but functioning.
Yeah.
He went up there and was like sharing like rough, like he was dropping F-bombs on accident, like, you know, like he was just very like raw, like, dude, like, guys, I'm telling you right now, I had a moment like all of a sudden I'm strung out, I'm functioning, I know things are not good, but I'm pretending they are. I have everything going for me, but there's something so wrong. And he just said he had this moment where he was high, like, and he was just like, God, I don't know what's happening, but if you're real, like, reveal yourself to me. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just need this. There's something that's completely empty in me, and I need to fill this space, and I don't know what it is. And he was just talking about that, and then all of a sudden, like, he said that he just like felt it like a ton of bricks. Like there was it was very real to him, and very, it was like tangible almost. And it's like and I was sitting there, and I just started weeping, dude. I was just like out there, and I was like, I am a high feeler, but this is different for me than just feeling.
Yeah.
Like there's something there. And I think about like my upbringing, and I think about all the trouble that I could have gotten into that was way worse playing music. And there was always something there that kept me from becoming like just completely going off the deep end.
Right.
Yeah, I drank a lot when I was on tour. There was not much to do. I didn't really get into drugs or anything like that because I always had this foundation of like, drugs are bad, okay? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like, you don't do that because it's going to ruin your life. I'm like, yeah, alcohol does that enough for me. So I'll just do that. But I always had so many like little things that kept me from like, again, the drunk conversations talking about Jesus and like all those things. It was like, I had this weird foundation, but it hit me, dude. Like when I'm hearing him, I'm like, oh, like, dude, like something happened. And I just broke down, dude. And I just, after that, he's amongst all of these like well-versed pastors teaching the Bible, like encouraging, exhorting the men. And you got this broken dude who's like, doesn't speak like them. He doesn't teach like them. He doesn't even know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He just knows that there's something that he's supposed to do. And it hit me so hard. And I just went home and I'm like, all right, Lord, like, I don't know how to really do this for real, but I'm just telling you, like if there's something that I'm supposed to be doing or, you know, if I'm just supposed to be living differently, just like, I want to do that, but I want to do it in a way where I can be a real person. I can be authentic.
Yeah.
Like, but I also know that there's something that's missing in me when my daughter's not around, that I feel like it doesn't make sense that all of a sudden I just feel depleted when she's not there. So then like, I just started to have that kind of just real, actual authentic relationship where I was praying. I was, just pursuing, like a life of joy, you know what I mean? In a sense, like not to be like cheesy about it, but like legitimately, I've never felt more full. It was the first time I've ever felt that in my entire life. Like music didn't do that for me. As much as I loved it, doing everything I've ever wanted to do musically, going and play the showcase, then going and playing the Glass House, then going and headlining it and selling it out, and then going to do this, and then going to do that, going and traveling the world. Like, this was the most full that I've ever felt in my entire life.
Yeah.
Even more so than having my first kid. Like, it was like the thing that was like, and now I get to lead her in from a place of like being fulfilled and content and have joy, that like it was like, this is what I've been, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. This is the thing. And this is what my mom was trying to show me back in the day, but I wasn't going to get it from any of them because none of them understood me back in the day. Like, and so it's not that they didn't want to, the church and everybody else, as I was going, but it's just that like, this was, not everybody knows how to connect with everybody. Yeah. And it's not that their fault that they can't do it. It's just that you have to realize that like you're going to be able to connect with somebody in a way that you're not going to be able to, and vice versa with somebody else. And even as a pastor now, I have to remember that even being the pastor, there are some people in the church that are going to hear from somebody else and they're not going to hear it from me. And for some reason, I'm like, I used to be like, wait, I don't understand. Like, if I'm the leader, why would they listen to? And it's like, because I'm not the one.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, get out of the way, dude. Like, just, like, sometimes some people are going to be the ones to relationally have the equity to connect with somebody and help break those walls. And so, like, what happened was I met my wife after that. After that, like, all of the sudden, like, I'm in that place. My wife was going through her own stuff. She was a believer, but she was going through her own stuff at the time. And when I met her, she was like, oh, this is like, he's a really nice guy. Like, seemed too good to be true. But at the same time, I wasn't necessarily looking for a relationship, but I was in the right place for one now. And it was the first time that I've ever felt fulfilled in a relationship to where I didn't feel like, all right, this isn't exciting anymore. I'm going to the next thing. Next thing. I was so bad in relationships. I was horrible in them. Horrible. And it wasn't because I wanted to be, but it was because when something wasn't exciting anymore and new,
I'm out.
Yeah. Not interested. And it's not because that person isn't like awesome. It's just because my brain moves on to the next thing. So like, again, I understood contentment and I understand how to feel fulfilled and some joy. And so when I met my wife, I was in a place finally to actually see the beauty of that, to like go like, oh man, now I have something to actually offer a person. And there's all this stuff that, again, like after Static, I played with Learning Drive for a little bit. Me and Joe from Static started a project called Elevate I Am for a little bit. That was like us trying to do dad life and play music. That didn't work because like it was always like, oh, but we have to play we can't though because we're doing these things. So we had to kind of stop that. Lower D for a little bit, Lower Definition, played with them for a little bit, but then that was a little bit near the end of Static stuff too. Sorry, my timelines are all crazy. But that was me like liking and wanting to help them and play with them for a season.
Such a good band.
But selfishly.
Yeah.
So like because like, and like that was, they had their EP, then I joined, then we started writing the record, The Greatest of the Lost Arts or whatever. Okay. And helped write like the choreographer and some of those other songs. And then but they finished the record without me because I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm biting off more than I could chew. Again, it was this selfish thing that I was experiencing where I was like, I want to play music and I can only play it at this level.
Yeah.
I don't know how to just enjoy it anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like joining things and it was like I couldn't do it. And then I would think maybe I can do it. Like Learning Drive, we were doing it together. That was a little bit longer, but it wasn't like, but I couldn't travel and tour. Yeah. I could only play the shows, like the ones. And then it was like, but that band kind of stopped on its own anyways, to where we didn't have to get to the place where I had to quit because they all started doing different things. Like Dan joined Hollywood Undead and things like that. So, yeah, and it was like that. Like it was just like that since then. It was the wrestling. And again, it was like, I was feeling that void and things. And I'm like, what do I do to fill the space? Yeah. And I figured it out. Like I figured out exactly what I was supposed to do. So when I met my wife, I was in a good place. She was struggling, but she had a foundation as a believer. And that was like a very healing moment for her. But it was also very like, this is who you're supposed to be with. This is like your partner, your helpmate, the person that like you're going to be able to do life with. Be able to slow down, enjoy normal things. Yeah. Like you don't have to like have everything be crazy and chaotic and fun and exciting all the time.
Which I don't think a lot of people understand how big of a shift it is to be, okay, shows, gone, on the road. Yeah. Then you're in record mode and you're writing a record. And then you're going on the road again. And then like to do that and then turn around and just go like, hey, today we're going to go have coffee at noon. And then that's our day.
Right? That's the highlight.
That's the highlight of our day. Like,
Dude, like to go out and get coffee together and chill and not have to have that be some life-altering crazy moment that is gonna like all of a sudden
Yes.
take you to this next level.
Yes.
Like to be present
Yeah.
and enjoy that moment. Dip in your our tacos in some sauce, dude. Like just enjoy the moment, bro. Get that spicy ranch, dude, and just like and not have to worry about like that spicy ranch being the next thing that's gonna take you to
Yeah.
the next level in life. Like
Yeah.
like
it's just,
but like legit, like contentment,
Dude,
joy.
I used to like, I remember towards the tail end of my touring, because we were the same thing. We were gone all the time.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I remember when I'd come home, and my last year and a half, I think, of touring, I was working at a coffee shop because we were like,
It's the only thing you could do,
Oh,
like
yeah.
to actually come and go.
Yeah.
To where they understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so it was one of those things where like I remember I was like starting to like actually miss like hearing my coworkers saying like, "Hey, we're gonna go see a movie." I'm like, I love going to movies, you know. And then like when I go on tour, realizing like, oh, you know, this movie came out this weekend, they're probably all gonna go.
Yeah.
And here I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
here I'm out on tour with like Sisters Fail. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
And
Hey.
it's like, but it's like I'm like, wow, how was the movie? Like, who all went? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got FOMO, but like, and you're doing the thing that everybody wishes they could
Yeah.
do and experience, but then you're like, man, but I just wish I could go. Dang it, everybody's gonna go see that new Marvel movie or whatever,
Yeah.
and like, oh, like I want to experience it with them, you know, but you can't. Like, you're doing your thing, and you should be stoked and
Like-
happy with it.
like
but-
they'd get so excited about going to like Yard House.
Mhm.
And I'm like, cause like we're gonna go get some drinks at Yard House. I'm like,
dude, I had this
That's
conversation with my dad the other day about like not being able to go to somebody's birthday party.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, I'm like, I guess I'm just so used to not going to things, right? That I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And they're like, why? It's their birthday. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. What?
Well, like,
Do I need to be there? Is this a big deal?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, it doesn't equate. It doesn't compute to me.
like, is
yeah.
it the end of the world if I don't show up?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
is this a special birthday for them? Like, well, I don't.
they're gonna know that I'm not there.
Yeah, but
Well, I think that that's part of the go have coffee, just be present,
Yeah.
enjoy life. I think that that's part of the hardest. That's one of the hardest things to learn after playing music professionally.
yeah,
It's to be a normal person is what it feels like. You're like, what is normal? I don't even know what normal is.
you're civilian now.
I know, and that's the construction thing. That's why, like, if I wasn't so driven by my trauma as a kid, growing up without my dad, I would have broke immediately.
Yeah.
They would have broke me, dude. Like horses on, like, you know, Yellowstone. They would have broke me so fast, bro. I would have gotten. I would have.
Hey, as long as it's Casey breaking me,
Dude,
you know,
yeah,
right?
as long as... Whoa, yeah, tell me how you really feel. Let's go. Dude,
Definitely.
He's right there
Casey's a
somewhere.
stud.
I'm more,
Casey's
I'm
a
more, of
stud.
a, I'm more of a Rip fan myself.
Oh, dude, he would have really broken me.
yeah,
Take it to the river real quick.
Rip's got
Casey seems like he'd be gentle. All right.
He-
Casey would. He would try.
Yeah.
He would try until he had some sort of traumatic moment,
Yeah.
and then he would freak out on you, dude.
Yeah, some PTSD kicks in, but Rip would just be rough from the start.
Riff would just he wouldn't let up, dude.
Rip's been through everything, dude. He's been through Beth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dude, that show's so wild, dude.
Oh man, it's
Honestly,
so
I love
good.
that show.
oh yeah.
It's so good.
But yeah, I mean, to do the normal things, it's really interesting because there's such there's the world is so fast already now
Yeah,
that like I can see like with clarity now like why that it's affecting people negatively because I lived a fast life for a while, right?
Yeah.
And so when you do that, like you have perspective, and now, so my wife, when we met and we started working on our relationship, and it was great. She basically became a stepmom to my daughter when my daughter was like 2, and it was just really great. Like we were going to church together, we were doing life, it was simple. We kept it real simple. She didn't know anything about like that type of music. She didn't like know me in the way of like, oh, the musician. People knew her and they would tell her about like, oh, John was like, yeah, he was doing it for real. Like, you don't realize. And she's like, oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Like
Yeah.
she's you know, she doesn't know. Like, she has no idea. And I loved that. That made me feel really
Huge.
good because I was like, this is someone not kissing my ass.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. They're not she just likes me for me. And I was just like so blown away at how much I needed that. And it's literally just a me thing. Like I just had to learn like that I needed normalcy. I needed things to slow down because what I ended up finding out, and my wife asked me at some point early in our marriage, we've been married 11 years now, I think almost 12. And she's like, I think you struggle with some things that are make things hard for you. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I mean, you get stuck on stuff and you have a hard time processing certain things, and you overthink things a lot, and you kind of talk in circles sometimes with people, and you get stressed out about things or what people think about you. Like, you're a people pleaser and you want to see people happy. You're very hospitable, but you kind of like stress yourself and go above and beyond for people too much. And like, she's like, I think there's some stuff that like, it might be worth like seeing if she's like, I've done some research. I hope you're not upset with me.
Yeah.
I think you have ADHD. Like I really do. And she's like, and this is why. And she like showed me this printed stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like what are you like, this is a lot, dude. Like, and I'm like, she's like, no, just take it, read it when you can. Like, she's like, babe, I'm not trying to like, I just think that this is something that if you're aware of this, it might help you like understand yourself more. And I'm like, because outside, you experience people, you can go, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. And so she showed me these things, and I was just like, I was reading it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. And I'm thinking about like all of these experiences and throughout my entire life, and I'm like, dude, this is insane. Yeah. Like, that is why this thing. Oh, you're not interested in this thing in school because this isn't like it's not interesting in that moment, so you don't care. But you were always really good at school when you cared about something, or relationships like suffer if it's not exciting. There's a part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, gets excited, and when it's not igniting, dude, it's like you're not interested. It just feels like a chore to be in a relationship now. Or this other chick likes you, and even though you're in a relationship, this other chick likes you and is showing all this interest, and it's like it feeds that excitement part of you, and you're like, you might have something really great here, but it doesn't feel great anymore because that thing feels great because it's exciting. Everything, it's even like arguments and fights with people. If you struggle with it, there's a piece of your brain that just ignites, dude. Like when there's conflict, and it can take you from like 0 to 1,000 so fast to where it's almost like, oh shoot, like you feel like bigger than you are, because like you can shift so hard. But anyway, so she showed me all these things, and I thought about my whole entire life. I thought about music. I thought about my relationships with people, with friends, with family, the way that I functioned through everything. And I wasn't like, oh man, everything's right, because she showed me, like, literally, I was reading all these things, and I could not believe how it factored into almost everything. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what in the world? Like, I am broken, dude. Like, I am a broken person. Like, and it was so shocking to me, but it was also another one of those moments where I was like, oh,
yeah,
wow,
makes sense.
This is I can use this. This can help me enjoy life more. This can help me like even do the things that even be consistent even in my faith now, or like actually be in this, like, because part of me is like, I wonder if I didn't understand these things, if I would even be still married. I think about it, like, if you don't understand how you struggle, like your gifts, but also the things that are hard for you, it's hard to go through life and just really be able to embrace everything and figure and understand. And I think that people just don't want to know those things sometimes, but I was like completely ready. I mean, I guess if I was playing music still and all these things like that, and someone tried to show me something, I'd be like, dude, don't try and diagnose me. What the heck's wrong with you? Yeah. But like, I was in that place where I was already doing a lot of self-reflection. And so then at that point in time, I was like ready to receive it, from her.
And it's coming from someone that genuinely cares about you for who you are.
Isn't trying to like diagnose me. She's like, I think this could be really helpful for you. Yeah. Like, and I love, dude, it is, because she's going out of her way to try and help me understand myself. Like, she could easily just go, oh, I don't want to make him feel bad. Like, that's the things he does. Like, blah, 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 blah. She even likes some of my quirks. You know, she likes that stupid little nuances in the ways that I act. But, like, legitimately, like, it was like God gave me this gift. He gave me a gift in her.
Yeah.
Because what she's brought me is more than I can ever, like, ask for. Like, the level of clarity, like, the kids that I have, the way she runs our house, even though she works full time, like the things she deals with my own personal like issues and stuff like that, helps me navigate difficult things. Like, working at a church is crazy, dude, because like I the hardest thing is I'm high feeler, people pleaser. I'm a high feeler. I want to see people happy. I want them to experience life in a great way. I'm not saying like, oh, you got to do this and do this and do this and read your Bible and blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about like just experience joy and contentment in their life. And when people can't see past exactly what's going on in front of them in their lives, maybe their marriages are failing, maybe they're struggling with suicide, maybe they're struggling with just being addicted to porn or something. I don't know, like stuff that like things that like make life very difficult for people, like they get a stronghold on them. But you can see it clearly, but they can't. Like it's so hard to watch so many people struggle.
Yeah.
To have to go to be with somebody at their bedside while they're dying.
Yeah.
And talk with them. And then they're dead like an hour later. Yeah. Or like go to people's, like leading people's funerals and like having to go meet with families that are really struggling, but having to somehow, although I have my own issues and mental issues and struggles, have to go sit down and be like a sounding board for them and even though I'm just a human being and they know that, there's still something comforting about someone just being present for them in that moment at that point in time. So like my wife brought me a lot of understanding about what I could do, what I needed to work on. And it's just like, I could never, like, to this day, they're still, I mean, dude, I'm a knucklehead, dude. Like, we get in arguments because of me. We do stupid things. We get in all of our own issues. We have all our own problems. It's life. But like the things that she's done to like help me understand who I am now is like a gift, dude. Like I could never, my life would not be what it is. Like it just wouldn't be what it is without her having been involved. Like the fact that it's the only relationship that I've been in longer than like a year, like on and off without breaking up. Yeah. And we've been married for this long. Yeah. That's like a miracle in itself, dude. And I'm telling you, without understanding the things about myself and the reasons why I make things difficult for myself, it would be different. But I think that the whole thing just eventually, you know, I'm still trying to play music and mess around here and there. That was it. There's just a lot of the up and down there. So like I have like stories individually from all of those projects and all these different bands I was playing with. Static was the one I was most consistent with. I have really great friendships and relationships with like all the people that I played with now. You know, the jumping back and forth and being all over the place back then didn't feel good for everybody because they're like, well, John's a songwriter. He's helping us write music. And now he's gone. And so like, but I didn't understand that it was so hard for me to stay put, to ride things out with other people, even if they didn't seem like they were as on board as me. Or like the world revolved around me, you know, and everything I was experiencing and I was going through, I had to realize that is not okay. And so going back and even like just telling people, hey, like, I'm sorry that like, I know this about me now. I'm sorry that I put you through those things. I know that we had great times too, but I know that I also made life difficult for you guys at certain points in time. And again, like, it's not that nobody else didn't do anything to make my life difficult, whatever, but all I can do is own my own stuff. Yeah. If I'm like in this moment of understanding and things are clear, I want to do my best to let people know like, hey, like, I know we had great times, but I know that I also made things difficult at different seasons, and I want to own that. And I'm just like, it's just so much, dude, like that. None of us to try and put on some persona that like our crap doesn't stink and like we don't. I don't need to apologize to that person. Like, dude, I'm telling you right now, at the church, if someone comes up to me and goes, yeah, that person's upset because this person did this thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, here we go. Hold my drink, dude. I walk to the person and I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry that person did that. Like, I'll bear it, dude. I don't care. Like, who cares, dude? I'll make myself look like I'll even own something that I'm not even 100% sure if I did. like somehow figure out a way that it can tie to me. So if that person did this and that person did this, maybe if I would have said this over here, then maybe, all right, cool. There we go. I have my channel in which I can authentically say, I apologize to them. So that way they can get what they need. Like, sometimes people just want to hear those words.
Yeah.
Take them,
dude.
Closure. It's
take
like closure. Yeah.
Like, if that's what someone needs, then cool. Like, is it gonna hurt me and my pride? Not anymore. Maybe in the past, but not anymore. Yeah. Dude, like, stomp me out, dude. I don't care, man. I'm not better than anybody else. I'm just we all have the ability to like just be like a good part of society and community, and it doesn't matter what you believe, doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't, none of this stuff, all this craziness in the world, dude, right now, it just blows my mind. People ask me, well, what do you think about this? And I said, you're not going to hear what I think about it. And they're like, but you're a pastor, why would you tell us? And I'm like, because it's divisive. And if I share what I think, which isn't even fully what, like, it's just a perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just looking for me to give you an answer, right, to justify what you want.
Yeah.
And you're not a bad person for wanting that. It's part of life for us to want to have people agree with us and commiserate with us.
Right.
But it isn't good. And so I won't feed into it. And I never will. At this point, because that's wisdom, bro. Like, you can't, that's something that, like, it doesn't mean you're ignorant. It doesn't mean that you just, like, don't care. It actually means I care more. Yeah. Because if someone's like, who are you voting for? Who this? Who's that? Blah, blah. I'm like, bro, don't even get involved. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tell you, because it's not because I'm afraid of what you're going to think. It's because it doesn't matter what I say right now to you fully. Like, it matters in my own heart what I decide and how I feel and how I believe and all these things. But most of the time, it's just going to create division.
Yeah.
Someone is going to be offended
by
if I lean a little more here or a little more here. If I'm like, even if I'm not all the way over here or all the way over here, if I feel a little bit different about something, then it's going to be like, wait, why do you feel that way? Even if it's just a little bit. So it's like, you got to remember, like, to pick your battles with people and just know that, like, it's okay to, like, not have the same opinions and views on things. But if you know it's someone that just does not need to know, like, have that conversation, period, because it's not good for them, like the person that's really political, like, you can see that it destroys them every time they have that conversation. Like, nip it in the bud, dude. Just like, you know what? I get it. You're really opinionated about this thing, but, like, you don't really need to have strong opinions about this stuff all the time, because it's not good for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not good for you.
Yeah, dude. You can change your mind too. And then it's like, so I changed my mind. So now I have to go through and tell everyone else that, and now you're, and explain all that.
Okay, so stop talking to me about flat Earth then.
Yes. Yeah, bro. Hey, dude.
That's crazy.
Dude.
Bro. Dude. Okay, there's some things that we'll talk about. No,
dude, don't get him started.
Bro.
We'll be here another 4 hours.
Dude, that's a crazy one, dude.
Just the fire in both of your eyes right now.
I just think, like, but, like... No, you don't think nothing's
all right, before this spirals.
Say, constellations in the sky. We've had the same Polaris from Egyptian, like, hieroglyphs.
Yep.
We have the same constellations.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, you're actually going in deeper, and those are big reasons why it isn't.
Sorry, dang it, I just lost them.
No, because we'll think about it like this, right? If the Earth is spinning, so the sun's here, right? Mm-hmm. So we're spinning here. So, like, at night, at some point, you're seeing this, right?
Yep.
This is the sky.
Yep.
It's the same. How come it's the same when Earth's here and you're looking out this way? Why is Polaris still in the same spot? Why are the same constellations still in the same spots? And also, you've just traveled thousands of miles. You know, you're not in the same spot anymore. And you haven't been for the beginning of time.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Anyone?
Hell yeah. Read questions.
Yeah. Dude, man, that's what I'm saying. That's one of those topics, dude.
Yeah.
We can go.
Dude,
It should be such an easy, dumb thing to be just done with.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that make zero sense.
Oof, it's those hills that people die on, dude. We can go. Did we really land on the moon? Okay. I don't know.
I fully believe no now.
No.
At the end of the day,
our cars didn't have air conditioning at
bro,
that time.
like, the reason why I don't think we did. But this is one of those things that's not that divisive, so I don't mind sharing that thought. The pick your battles, right? I think all the political and faith stuff is just where it gets a little tricky. But this one, dude, with the technology that we got, the ability to go and get good samples, get good video footage, share these awesome, cool things with the rest of the world, allow our kids to study this stuff, whatever, and we're just not doing it.
Right.
I get it.
The
They're
technology
saying,
was lost.
and money.
right.
It's like, it's too much money. It's a waste. We already know enough about it. It's a waste of money. I'm like, dude, we're spending lots of money on just rockets, period.
Yeah.
Like doing tests and stuff.
Right.
Can't we just go do one trip, dude? Yeah. Apollo just last one more time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get Tom Hanks. He's ready, dude. I'm telling you right now, he's ready, bro. He's ready for the real thing, dude.
You're ready to go.
Tom Cruise.
Katy
would do it.
Perry,
Tom Cruise will do it.
Tom Cruise, like, get them all, dude.
Oh man,
but
Katy Perry.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Oh, Katy Perry.
Dude. Hey,
Oh,
she's
Katy
a
Perry.
pioneer, guys.
I know.
He's a legitimate astronaut.
She's a full-on astronaut.
This is another one of those internet things. I heard her marriage fell apart because of that little stunt.
Because it got ridiculous.
because it got ridiculous.
But that's what happens, right? You feel dumb, and you let the fact that like your pride gets in the way, and then you take things too personal, and now it affects your relationship because you don't want to feel stupid.
Yeah.
Instead of just owning something, like, maybe I said something stupid, maybe I acted a dumb way
Maybe
about
that
this, maybe I was being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now if she were to do that instead of trying to like justify like whatever, people would be like, oh, well, yeah, she did something stupid and she owned it.
Yeah, it was a publicity stunt.
Dang it. Yeah, and that now,
Yeah.
But like, she probably was at home like trying to defend it and like, babe, like, you don't have to worry about it, blah blah blah. It's all good. You just need to like you don't need to defend yourself. Like, it is what it is. Like, he's probably just like, just chill, dude. And
Yeah.
she's like, but this is really important. Like, I don't know.
She's probably like, you address me as an astronaut. He's like, I'm not.
Dude,
He's like,
I'm not wearing the spacesuit to bed.
like,
I did 3 hours of astronaut training. I did more than the guys from Armageddon.
He's like, I'm Legolas. Okay? Like, I'm him.
Yeah, you were legitimately him, dude.
Frodo didn't know my name.
Yeah. There are hours of me exploring Middle Earth. And you were in space for 10 seconds?
I was trying to teach them stuff, and no one's listening to me. Oh, man. So good.
All right.
I saw you.
Dude,
I know you've been refreshing questions. It looks like we got some.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, honestly, we get to go. Dude, can we do a part 2, dude?
Dude,
Like,
yeah. I feel like at this point we need to.
Like, really, like, yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, we can go forever, dude.
All right. So our buddy Chris sent a couple questions in.
What's up,
Let me
Chris?
ask Ty's first because it was the one off that was in the
okay.
messages. So Ty, and I don't know if this was your era of Lorien Drive, but how in the world did you guys create the masterpiece Romance Wealth
Okay.
from Lorien Drive?
So
still in his rotation.
I can answer that question even though I didn't write that album, because I had a relationship with Chris and those guys for a little while. How they created the masterpiece is they did the first EP. It was a little heavier. It was like they had a couple songs that were on that EP. It's like Savant and Pursuit Mode or something, and they realized that like because they were all into Glassjaw too, and they like kind of wanted to do like an edgier thing, but then they realized that there was like this like rock sound that they wanted to incorporate. So they had those songs that are the heavier ones that they brought over and redid, but then they wrote like a collection of like kind of more straightforward like rock songs, like God Knows I Love You Kid, and like even what's the ballad one? I can't even think of it. Kiss Won't Make This Better, things like that. But it all sounded like Lorraine Drive. The songwriters, Steven was like the main songwriter as a guitar player. So all the cool riffs and all the sick like just cool like just tones, the rock sounds, all that stuff. That was him. Chris recorded all their demos. So Chris records music on the side. Still the drummer, who also plays in Static now. I had him come and play the Elevate I Am album. So if you like go to like Spotify and you search like Elevate I Am, you'll see one random album on there. It's called the Ghost Eclipse Sessions. He did that with me and Joe. And but he's always been like this really cool backbone when it comes to writing cool drum parts. He's one of my favorite drummers I've ever played with, just because he's like consistent. And then Dan, he's always just tried to he's found his voice. Like he found this moment where he realized he has this sassy, edgy thing going, and he like really dialed it in for that record. Like he dialed it in. So they went and recorded with the guy who did James Paul Wisner, who did They're Only Chasing Safety by Under Oath.
Yeah.
So like that was around the time that Under Oath all of a sudden people were like, oh, James Paul Wisner. You know, whenever you like hear about a guy who recorded an album that was really influential, then all of a sudden everybody and their mom wanted to go record with that person because they're hoping that they will blow up like that person before, right?
Yeah.
It's everybody with Will Putney.
Will Putney right now. Everybody wants to record with Will Putney. They're buying his tones on STL. Yeah. Everybody's trying to do everything that Will Putney touches because Will Putney is consistent in the hardcore scene. Just done a lot. And
you guys did a record with Will Putney.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. We went because
back when he was on the up, like he was still getting. Yeah.
Yeah, we went because I forgot what album we heard, and we're like, oh, he had done like the new Stray album at the time.
Straight from the Path.
Yeah.
Which one?
I think it was the.
Either way, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
They had a. Was it not Villains? That was that one. It was one. What was the one with like the dead bird on the cover?
I can't remember.
That was like right after
I know what
Villains.
you're talking about, but I can't.
It's like the bones, like it's like decaying.
Yeah.
That album was crazy, dude. It might be that record.
And we went to.
Was it when they started sounding like? Was it before they started sounding kind of like they were doing Rage Against the Machine, like very political?
What song? What record had like Badge and a Bullet on it?
That was like the first album where they
started.
It was
on Rising Sun.
Rising Sun.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait.
Oh wait, Anonymous.
Anonymous was good too. That was like the transitional period time.
Subliminal Criminals was the one with the bird on it.
Let me see.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Wait, no.
Yes, that one's so good, bro.
This is the one that had Badge on a Bullet.
You know what?
That one did?
Part 2.
No.
Okay.
So the album they had done that we had heard, I believe, was Rising Sun.
I think actually, wait, that's my favorite album. Not
it had the cassette. Rising Sun had the cassette on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, that is it. It has a song on there, dude. I just there's a song on there that's just like so good.
But Make Your Own History though, the one
that
before
was
that
good too.
was
See,
ripper.
Stray's good, dude.
Yeah.
I think that some of the latter albums, like within the past few, have gotten a little bit like they sound similar to each other.
Yeah.
And they're like
they found their sound and just stuck to it.
And I think that's totally fine. But I think that they're done after this last album they just put out.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple songs that are really good. I think the Clockwork song's pretty sick. I think I heard it recently. But yeah, so Will Putney did that record and you guys got to go record. But that's part of it, right? Yeah. It's like the excitement. Like Steve Evans, like he used to do all our Static stuff and he did Glassjaw, like Everything You Want to Know About Safety, and he did like, you know, Through Being Cool by Saves the Day, Dillinger's Escape Plan, and you know, like I remember he called me, Steve Evans, and was like, hey, you still have your 5150 block? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm going to use it. Can I borrow it just for a few days for the Every Time I Die album that he was doing?
Which record did he do?
The one with Pigs. He did Big Dirty, and he did 2. He did Big Dirty and another one, but he used it for Big Dirty. And I was just like, dude, what the heck, bro?
So sick.
Yeah. And so...
Do you still have that head?
It got stolen. I I don't want to talk about it.
It's like there's one thing we're not going to talk about on this podcast.
Actually, yeah, there's one thing's off table. I still haven't processed through it.
We went to record with Chris Crummett because of Lower Definition.
Oh yeah, Crummett too, up in NorCal.
Portland area.
Okay, yeah. So then he was still on the up too. Like still, people are still like, oh, Chris Crummett, like who's this dude? Like, and they went. That was like so then that was another one. I was like, I'm not gonna. I actually cannot afford to go fly away and record.
Yeah.
So then I had to step away. I kept like trying to get in stuff. And they were like, oh yeah, John from Static. Like we've been connecting and stuff. We went and jammed. It was great. It actually was a really great fit. But then it was just like, what am I doing? I keep saying yes to things and I can't do them.
Yeah.
Like I can't do them.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And I'm like starting to write and I'm like handing my music away. Like I'm like Eddie, the guitar player, he did most of it. Like he's just a little whiz. Like he's just so talented. Matt Geisy, like incredible vocalist. Everybody in the band, like Stefan, like stayed his pad all the time. Tino, he actually went over to Mice and Men, and he did that with the other dude that was like the fill-in for Static for a little bit. He was like the little a friend of the little brother Dan, and so again, like everything's all intertwined. It seems like it's fun. That's why I was like, it's so weird that we like didn't really connect.
It's a small world.
Man. There's like my head is all over the place. You got to bring me back again.
We're jumping into questions. Yeah.
No, you were talking about we were talking about the recording.
Oh yeah.
Artist. See, okay, so
we're talking about.
It wasn't
Will
just me,
Putney.
dude. This time. But yeah, so it is. It's one of those things where everybody starts trying to do it. If someone did it, and the James Paul Wisner, because so to wrap up that question about Lorraine Drive, how'd they get that sound? One. The tones, all that stuff, a lot of the stuff that James Paul Wisner did with them, he did it like he was part of it. He was part of the process. So he really helped a lot with helping them like find that space, that sound, and refine what they were doing before. So what ended up coming out of it was like this like masterpiece. It really was. It was like, and it's so funny because Chris would send me beforehand. Chris would send me like demos and stuff of like things that they've done and that we're working on pre-production. So I had like relationships with these people before, like Lower Definition and like Lorraine Drive. And I had these relationships because I personally, even though I was like doing what I was doing, I'm such a music fan that I just love music, dude. And I was like always interested in connecting with people that were like doing things. So like, that's probably like why like we were, even when we were talking, I'm so interested in like what you guys are doing because I think it's so cool that you guys are doing that. And I think that was like kind of like what was happening back in the day. It was like I just loved music and I loved hearing new things and I loved when people are doing new things. And not to be the first person to hear it, but because genuinely it felt fresh all the time.
Yeah.
And I loved hearing new stuff. And everyone was always like, dude, why are you always listening to something new? I'm like, because it's just exciting to hear what people put together.
Yeah.
And like them creating, you know, some of it will stand, some the test of time, some won't. But for me, it matters to me to hear things and also like, hey dude, what you're doing is sick. Yeah. Like I feel like it's part because sometimes it's like you don't know unless someone lets you know, like no, like this translates not just beyond what you're doing, but other people are hearing it and it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So you need the real time feedback to know. Doesn't mean you change anything or you don't have you just change it because someone else says something. But yeah. So again, all those guys collectively allowed James Paul Wisner to be involved in it. The demos were very similar, but it wasn't as punchy and as just like, I don't know. He made it flow. I don't know how to also explain it, but like it's one of those magical things. And I think if Under Oath did it with James, there's probably something to that he, you know, certain people know how to bring things out of you. Steve Evans knew how to bring things out of me that I didn't know that I could do. Like he was he's a really hard guy to record with because he's pushes you so hard.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't downstroke. Come on, dude. Like, no, palm mute for real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I taught myself, dude. I am doing it for real. No, but then he would get you to like break through the barrier of like, no, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's why you don't strum it that way. You strum it this way because he's hearing those intricacies and like those things. And so, yeah, it really, I think the producer was a factor in it for sure.
Yeah.
But those guys did have like an element of like, they weren't big yet. They were like very much like blowing up in the local scene, but they were like a band's band at the time. You know what I mean? You know, one of those like your biggest fans like artists, and we're like, oh, it's so good, it's so good. And it's still one of those things where a lot of us do that, but but their music is also really great and translates well to other people too. Yeah. I think it was just really big amongst artists at the time, and then once they recorded that and like they had that magic happen, and when you write a record and you collectively put it together and it sounds like it belongs together, that's when I feel like something is good. Like it's cohesive. I feel like there wasn't filler on that album. I mean, the last song, the piano song, was a little slow, it was a little different. I feel like that one probably could have like been off the record and it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not anything they played live. It was just kind of a random piano ballad they put together to like kind of hopefully button it up. And that's my own take on it. I think if the record didn't have that song, that it would be perfect. Because again, it's not a bad song. It's just I feel like it was kind of it almost didn't fit the rest of it. But again, all good.
No way to handle my aggression.